the time that you wrote her that letter, was your daughter living in her mother's house?
No.
And you were using her utilities accounts. Notice your husband says that your daughter was not living in the house.
No, I was not. In the very beginning, my daughter moved into my home. And
I'm not talking about the beginning. I'm talking about when your husband wrote to his daughter.
I did not put it in her name. She voluntarily did it herself. She went and got energy assistance to prove that she's the one. I'm not
Subsequently,
responsible.
she closed the account.
Right.
She closed the account. It was reopened. How?
I was talking to her, and she felt bad for me, and she says, Mom, I don't want you to not have electricity. I'll let you do it a little bit longer until you get your situation straightened out.
Okay, very good. You owe her $1,235. Now, we're going to get to the other part of this counterclaim that we have. So far, $1,230. I'm speaking. Your last name is?
Evans.
Mr. Evans, how long were you incarcerated?
18 months.
Your counterclaim says that during the time you were incarcerated, you were also receiving disability.
Yes.
How long have you been receiving disability?
Since 2007.
What were you incarcerated for?
Violation of probation.
What was the crime?
Violation of a protective order.
Which protective order?
Her protective order.
Now, you were incarcerated for 6 months, which means that the state, which incarcerated you, was paying for your room, board, medical, etc.
The state wasn't. It was Social Security.
No, listen to me. Social Security was not paying to clothe you, to house you, to feed you while you were in jail.
But she was collecting my checks. Yes,
Are you following me?
No, I'm following you. No, they weren't paying for me to be...
They were paying for you. When you go to jail, unless you were in a jail where you paid, did you pay for your own jail?
No.
Did you pay for your own jail?
No.
Then Bird paid to keep you in jail.
Yeah.
To keep a cell over your head, to keep food 3 times a day, to take care of your medical care, to take care of your clothes. The state paid for you.
Yes.
So why didn't you notify Social Security Disability that your check should stop?
She was my payee.
Listen to me. That's not my question to you.
Well,
my question is, Social Security Disability is designed to take care of you because you can't work.
Yeah.
Did you work when you were in prison?
No.
What did you do? Did you have a prison job?
I couldn't get a prison job.
Why?
Because there was a long list of people.
Did you try?
Yes, I was on that list.
You were on the list. What did you want to do?
I wanted to do the washing of the floors, sweeping, and stuff like that.
Well, why can't you do that when you're out?
Huh?
Why can't you do that when you're out?
Because
if you could do it in prison, why can't you do it when you're out to make money instead of collecting disability?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you understand what I'm saying. If you think that I'm going to give you back Social Security disability checks, even if she was your payee, while you were in prison that I was paying for, you got another thing coming. I just wish Social Security is going to have a new administrator. Pay careful attention. When somebody is incarcerated, their disability payment should stop. When somebody is incarcerated, welfare payments should stop. When somebody is incarcerated, foster care payments should stop. We don't have to pay twice or 3 times. Once is bad enough. We understand each other, Congress. Mr. Myerson, do you own or rent this house?
I own the house.
And it has, according to you, it has 6 bedrooms, some of which you rent.
That's right.
When did the defendant move into one of the rooms?
October 2014.
When did she move out?
Approximately July 2nd, 2015.
According to you, and according to your complaint during the time that she was there, you loaned her a lot of money for a lot of different things. The aggregate, oh my God, is $5,000. She moved in October of 2014. Had you ever met her before? Moved in. When was the first time that you advanced her any money?
She was arrested for DWI in approximately May 20th. That was the first time that I'd given her any money. That was
May 20th of 2014.
2015.
And so she was arrested for DUI and?
And she called me from jail. She said that she needed to be bailed out At first, I balked. I didn't want to give her any money, but she was crying, carrying on, literally begging me to get her out of there. She hated being in jail. She told me that she would give me the money back, pay it back as soon as possible. She said if I didn't help her, nobody else would.
Okay. And how much was her bail?
$2,000.
Was that the first time that any money was advanced to you, Ms. Kearns?
No, ma'am.
When was the first time that Mr. Meyerson advanced you any money?
I moved in October 2014. I was there a month, and he immediately started bugging me about my vehicle, telling me it was a death trap. I was doing...
I don't want you to read from anything.
I was...
I want you to give that to Bird.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. He immediately began bugging me about my 2004 Dodge Neon. He was telling me it was a death trap. He kept asking me if there was somebody that could buy me a car or would. I told him no. I'm 29 years old. I cannot go to mommy and daddy to buy me a car. I was on my way home one day. He called me and said I went to the bank and I got a $20,000 loan. Let's go get you a car. I did not ask him to do that. I was fine with my vehicle. He told me that he would include it in the $550 rent. It was all bills paid, the $350, and I would pay $400 for the insurance.
Just a second. He would include it in your rent or add an amount onto your rent?
Included in the rent.
Of $550.
Of $550, and $350 would go towards the vehicle. This is after a month of me living there. I did.
Just a minute. Is that
No.
correct? Tell me about the car.
At that time in January, it's true, very true, that I told her that the car was a death trap. It was. So I told her that with my credit, I could get a car for nothing down at a very low interest rate, and I would also deduct the payment from her rent because I'm still clearing $200 a month. I'm doing fine financially. I didn't need that money. It was just, I got space. I wanted
And
to
you
do it.
liked her.
I thought she was a good tenant. She was paid on time.
Well,
she was
if
quiet.
she was a good tenant, then you say thank you for being a good tenant.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're a bad tenant, you throw them out. If you're a good tenant, you renew their lease.
I did not like her in that sense. I said she was a good tenant. And,
Did you ever, between
and
October and January, did you and Miss Kearns ever share a meal together?
No.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
I barely ever saw her.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Barely saw her. She was not home. She kept to herself when she was home. She sometimes would have a boyfriend come over for 5 days, let's say, and I'd never see her.
Okay, so that this was an act of goodwill.
Absolutely. I felt sorry for her.
Fine. Let's deal with then the car first. So you purchased a car. The car was in whose name?
In his name.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you said that she could use it. It wasn't in her name with you as a lien holder. It was in your name.
Yes.
So you had a car. The car's insurance was paid, and I assume that Miss Kearns was a listed driver on your insurance.
That's true.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Meyerson, let me tell you this. I don't know what you do for a living, and you look like and sound like a relatively intelligent man. What you've just done is substantially complicated your life, your credit, and your liability for, according to you, someone that you know for 2 months who's
That's
renting
true.
a room from you.
That's true. But, Your Honor, I can
Well-
explain this.
What?
I can explain this. I did not advance her 1 cent.
I just said you complicated your life,
True. But I countered what she
compromised
said.
your credit, and increased your liability
That's true.
for someone that you barely knew, never shared a meal with, knew nothing of their background, and you look like an intelligent man. I just don't understand why an intelligent person does that.
I've helped many people in my life. It's the way I am. Sorry.
How many other cars did you buy for people?
None, but I loaned a friend $100,000.
That's a different story.
Oh, it is?
Loaning a friend money. I always say you never loan somebody money with the expectation of getting it paid back. Because if you get it paid back, great. That means that they were honest and honorable. But most of the time, they will find some excuse not to pay you back. And you will have lost the money and the friend.
She was doing fine.
Just a second. But you're here, Mr. Meyerson.
She was doing fine
She's
until
here.
she went off on me one day in June. I want to explain that, and maybe it will make more sense to you. She paid on time, no problem, okay? There were no problems. We had no issues. We never argued. She was quiet. She was a good tenant. However,
She was a good
On
tenant
June-
who, according to you, was paying $550 a month rent starting in October. And then you said you can now pay $200 a month rent, and $350 of what you pay I will use towards paying back the car.
That's
So
right.
she wasn't paying back anything.
that's correct.
She was paying the same rent.
Absolutely.
It all sounds cuckoo to me. I'm just letting you know. And it
It's fine.
sounds cuckoo to 10 million other people.
It's fine.
But keep going.
Okay,
So
so-
everything was fine. She's paying the same
paying me?
rent.
No
She's
problem.
paying the same rent. And all you're doing is you're kicking in $350 a month.
Not out of my pocket. That's lost income.
It's out of... Mr. Myerson.
It's what I do. Sorry.
Mr. Myerson, you can argue with me from today till tomorrow, my friend. It sounds to a normal person cuckoo.
That's fine. It's fine.
Cuckoo.
Fine.
Okay, what kind of work do you do, Mr. Myerson?
I'm a computer programmer.
Keep going.
Okay. So on June 26th, she came home. This was the first crosswords we had ever had. She came in. She was drunk. She went straight for the refrigerator.
Of what year?
That's 2015. She went to the refrigerator, grabbed a beer can, poked a hole in it, started sucking down the beer, and then threw it on the ground. Beer was spraying everywhere. Then she proceeded to yell at me. The only thing I could make out of it was she said, "You're always picking on me." I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I just said, "What's wrong?" She walks over to the garbage. She starts rummaging around, finds beer bottles, and starts throwing them at me. There's beer spraying everywhere. There's glass everywhere. Then she starts banging on the walls with the beer bottles. She's poking holes in the walls. I have pictures.
This is ridiculous.
And then I
What I
called the
would like to
police.
see first, Mr. Myerson, is the bail bondsman's receipt that you paid $2,000.
You'd like to see the evidence?
Yes, I'd like to see the bail bondsman's receipt that you paid $2,000, and that was on May 20th.
This document right here, document D. And I have a police report to back me up.
Well, the bail was $3,100. You put $2,000 in your credit, and $1,100 was due on the 29th.
That was from somebody else, though. I didn't pay the $1,100, just
Who
$1,000.
did?
I don't know.
I did.
You paid the $1,100 that was due on the 29th.
Yes.
Okay, let me see the police
Here's
report,
the police
please.
report. Backs up what I said.
This is the June report of the incident where she was intoxicated.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So we have $2,000 for bail. Explain, did she pay you back the $2,000
No.
for bail? Go.
Okay. So
No, I don't want to hear the whole story
Okay.
from the creation. I want to know why you didn't pay him back the $2,000 for bail.
he told me
No,
that
not he told you. Called him and told him you were being held.
I was being held.
So that you had one phone call,
Yes.
and you didn't call your mommy or your daddy.
No, I called
You
an attorney.
called him.
No, ma'am.
Who did you call?
I called an attorney and he three-wayed him.
And
And he agreed to do my PR bond for $2,000. I let him know that I had a debit card at my house where I lived with Randy, and I specified for Randy to take the $2,000 out of my account to pay the bond.
great. Okay.
Lie.
And instead of doing that,
He
instead
took it
of
upon
that,
himself.
He paid himself.
And I was
you-
not involved
just
in
a
that
second,
phone call.
Just a second.
Okay.
So you owe him the $2,000. What you should have done if you had the debit card and you had the money right in the bank, what you do is you get out of jail and give him back the $2,000.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
why didn't you do that?
When I asked him when I needed to get it, he said, hold off. You have a lot to deal with. Get it to me when you can.
Okay, now he wants it, $2,000. What else? What else, Mr. Myerson?
I've got tons.
What? Just a second. You may have tons.
Bills?
I have
Bills?
no time.
I'll
You
give
have
it-
ton. You
Okay.
have tons. I have no time. So
Okay,
far, she
200
owes you $2,000
Okay.
for her bail.
Car was impounded.
That would be your
She was
problem.
arrested for DWI.
I don't care. Did you see the way I just said to you at the beginning of this process? You don't know somebody. You buy a car in your name with the express intention of that person that stranger, having possession of the car, and then the car that's in your name gets impounded. So what you have to do is you have to get it out of impound. That's your problem. Next time you'll be smarter. Next,
Toll fees, $636.
toll fees
She
on
was
your
driving
car.
all over the country.
On
I had
your
no
car,
control
in your
over it.
car.
Absolutely.
You didn't take it back.
Tried. Police wouldn't help me. Police
Sorry.
would do nothing. It's a civil matter.
Sorry. Car's in your name. She was living with you. Got toll fees. Take the car. Take the keys. Call the police. Say, that's my car. I want my car.
Toll
What's
fees-
next,
toll
Mr.
fees
Myerson?
were after she left.
What? You
I
should have
booted
taken
her out after she assaulted me. She
Great.
took the car because
Just a minute. Report it stolen.
I tried. They said you can't do that.
Yes, you can.
They told me I could not.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry that you got a stupid policeman. I'm
Well,
sorry that you
then
got
they're
a
all
stupid
stupid
policeman.
because I went to multiple police departments.
I'm sorry that you got a stupid policeman. Next.
Car payments I made between July of 2015 through now. I made payments of $3,100. She paid me a total of $1,450.
That would be your problem. You
Then
made
I've got
an-
nothing else
you
to
made
submit,
an-
Your Honor.
You made an
I have
arrangement.
nothing more to submit.
Great. You made an arrangement with her that she didn't have to pay anything on the car, $550 for rent, and you would take out the $350, leaving you with $200. That was your arrangement with her. Then you had a fight, and she was drunk and disorderly, and you threw her out of the house. And as well you should have. Well, then she couldn't pay you the $550, the $350 for the car. That's why I said in October of 2014, when she moved in, and 8 weeks later, you obligated yourself to a total stranger to buy a car, put it in your name, give her the ability to drive around in it, unfettered, and make this fakakta arrangement with her rent for free. So she actually paid the same rent, and she not only had a roof over her head, but she had a new car and a roof over her head. Really, that's some deal. Well, that's what happens when you act like a jerk. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. We're done. Tuggles, what did you get arrested for in California?
A robbery charge.
Is that charge still pending?
No.
What happened with it?
I served 2 months in jail.
You served 2 months in jail in California for a robbery?
Yeah.
Was that your sentence?
Yes.
Did you plead
No,
guilty?
my sentence was 4 months.
Did you plead guilty?
Yes, I did.
Was Miss Little's car involved in that robbery?
No, it was not.
Then how come Miss Little's car was impounded?
The car was impounded because we had got arrested inside the car.
Oh, well, then it was involved in the robbery.
Yes, because I had it in my it was in my property. Yes.
What does that mean?
I was on camera getting into the car. They had camera proof, and they pulled the car over.
Is this the first time you had been arrested?
Yeah.
Who are the other people you were with?
I was with my friend Isaiah and my other friend Robert.
Were they arrested too?
No, they were not.
Who did you rob?
I don't know.
Well, let's start this way. Was it a man or a woman that you robbed?
It was a woman.
Was it a young woman like me or an older woman?
It was a young woman.
Did you steal her bag?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. My fault.
Now, did you go to California with your two friends?
Yes, I did.
And where does Miss Little live?
She lives in Spokane, Washington.
So there weren't ladies to rob in Spokane? You had to travel to California to rob somebody?
The purpose wasn't to go there to rob anybody.
Well, you mean that was just a spur-of-the-moment thing for you?
Yeah.
And you robbed her pocketbook because?
It was a bad time.
It was a bad time for her. Now, I'm asking you why you robbed the lady's bag. You went to California for what purpose? You borrowed Miss Little's car and you went to California. What did you go to California for?
I went to California. I originally went to California, and one of my friends had a little family emergency. I took her down there. Dejana, she knew I had the car the whole time.
Just a second. I know that you have this story well rehearsed in your mind. But that doesn't provide me with any interesting conversation, the story that you already have pre-rehearsed. What's the name of your friend that had a little family emergency?
Isaiah.
And what was Isaiah's emergency?
I don't know. That's his personal business. I honestly have no
Well,
idea.
he had to have told you if you took her car and drove from the state of Washington to the state of California. You're not stupid, are you? You would have said, what kind of an emergency do you have that you need me to take you to California?
I honestly don't know.
You mean your friend Isaiah just said, I have an emergency, can you drive me to California?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh is not an answer.
Yes.
And how long were you supposed to be in California?
Just to go there and back, drive right back. There was no intentions to stay.
And just so that I understand, there are no buses that go in between Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, there is, but I also had permission to use the car, so.
I didn't ask you about permission to use the car. I don't doubt that you had permission to use the car. I don't know if you had permission to go to California, but you had permission to use the car because she didn't have a driver's license. Did you have a driver's license?
Yes, I did.
Because you used to drive around Miss Little.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to get back to this robbery for a moment just because I'm curious. Were you the driver of the car or the passenger of the car?
I was the driver.
So Isaiah was in the car in what seat? Passenger seat or
Isaiah
driver?
wasn't in the car. Isaiah had got dropped off at his family with his family.
So your other friend was in the car?
Yes.
And his name?
Is Robert.
Robert what? And he was the passenger?
Yes.
So you hopped out of the car to grab the woman's bag?
I didn't grab the bag.
Who did?
The passenger.
Robert?
Yes.
But you just told me Robert wasn't charged.
I took the charge.
You just told me that there were cameras that saw what happened.
Yeah.
Which is how your car got pulled over.
It was some cameras, pedestrians. I don't know what the exact was.
Your Honor, I have the police report if you wanted to look at it.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not quite finished torturing him yet. I don't think that 4 months actually was an appropriate sentence for somebody who robs a lady. Oh, good. The reason that they didn't arrest Robert, right, is because he ran away, right?
Yes.
You, as it happens, the narrative is that you were the driver. So it was Robert who pushed the victim to the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know Robert? That's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, now you want a whole bunch of money for your car, right? It's impounded. I want to know everything you know about Robert. And if it's not enough, I'm kissing you goodbye. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
What do you exactly want to know about Robert?
I want to know where he lives. I want to know anything that you know in addition to his name is being Robert. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I'll give you lots of time to think about it if you need time to think about it. But I don't want to hear nothing. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Good. Now I want to know everything you know about Robert.
I haven't been inside of his house, but I have when Trevon was driving and Robert was in the car, we had taken him to his mom's apartment, I believe.
Great. So now I want that street address.
Do you want me? I can pull it up on my phone.
Perfect.
Okay.
Going to give the Garden Grove Police Department some busy work. And Robert, a bit of a heart attack. Heard, while she's looking that up, would you look up the low-end cost of a 2009 Pontiac G6?
I can bring up the address real quick if you need it.
You have your phone? Take it out. Look it up.
His name?
His address and his phone number.
I don't know his phone number. I don't even like dude.
So he lives right off of Colton. I can literally point which apartment is his, though. I don't know the exact address because, like I said, I've never been to his house. It was just we drove up to it and I saw what door he went into. So I have a picture
Give me
of
the address on Colton.
Says from the Google Maps, North Colton Street. I just don't know the exact apartment number because I've never been in his apartment.
It's all right. The Garden Grove Police Department will contact you and you can show it to them.
Okay. Why would they contact me, though? The case is done.
No, the case against Robert isn't done at all. They couldn't find him. He ran away.
Oh, yeah.
Case against him is over. But Robert was the one who committed the actual robbery, according to the narrative. And you're going to help the Garden Grove Police find him.
Oh, yeah, I've tried. When everything happened and, he came back, I tried to give the cops to him. I tried to get him to my job, everything.
Get who?
To Robert. I tried to give the Spokane Police Department because they knew that he had been back from the whole situation, I guess, because I got contacted by investigators. And I kept trying to give, I tried to set him up. I was trying to set him up and give him to the cops because...
What?
She did that all on my behalf to help me get out of jail.
You were driving the getaway car. I have absolutely zero misgivings about torturing you because he shoved her down, he took her wallet, he jumped into the car, and you were driving, and according to the police narrative, you sped away in a high-speed chase. Would that sound right? You want me to read it?
Yeah, because I
You
didn't
want
go
me to
no
read?
high-speed chase. I pulled over in a Denny's parking lot
Oh,
and got out.
okay, here we go. Suspect 1 ran to the vehicle driven by Suspect 2, and both fled at a high rate of speed through a shopping center and neighborhood. That's according to the police department. Suspect 2 parked the vehicle and was physically confronted by a witness as Suspect 1 fled the scene. Suspect 2, that would be you, was detained. The wallet, victim's wallet, was located in Suspect 2's vehicle. That's your vehicle. Suspect 1 is still outstanding. What, are you kidding me? The wallet was returned to the victim, and Suspect 2, that would be you, also had an extraditable warrant out of Washington for him. I thought you said you'd never been arrested before.
I haven't. I just had a warrant. I didn't know I had a warrant. Then it got brought up when I got arrested out here.
What was the warrant for?
Residential house burglary.
What do you do?
I'm a server. I've worked in food service since I was 16 years old.
What are you doing with him?
Sorry, I'm not trying to get emotional. I was really vulnerable when I met him. That's all I can really tell you. Because I realize I don't realize why I was with him at all.
You've been with him since? Because you, just a second, because you tried to help him get out of jail, according to him. According to your complaint, he stole your car.
Correct.
He stole my car. I reported it to the police that he stole my car.
No, I never reported it.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you said that, because if somebody steals your car, which is what you swore to in your complaint, then you don't try to get him out of jail, which is what you just
I'd
told
never
me. You
been
try
in
to
this
set
kind
up
of
Robert
situation
and
before.
give the police Robert, and he says he put your hand down, and he says you tried to do it in order to get him out of jail.
Well, no, it's because obviously I got that police report and I found out and I talked to the investigator and they told me about what happened and what Robert did. So, and I found out Robert was the one who really robbed the person and caused all that with my car. And so, yeah, I was trying to give him to the cops.
Well, why were you trying to get him out? He was the
Because
getaway
he was going to
car-
help me get
he
my
was
car.
The getaway car driver.
I know. My car is on an evidence hold right now. So either way, I cannot get my car until his case is settled. So the faster I get him out, the faster I can try to have him help me get my car back.
What do you want?
She put down $3,500 on a lawyer for me and then made previous $1,000 payments
No, I didn't.
previous on that.
It wasn't
to help
that
me
much.
get out of jail.
She paid for your lawyer? Mm-hmm. You didn't do that. Please tell me you didn't do that.
His mother was messaging me, telling me she cries herself to sleep, telling me she cries in the shower. She told me she wasn't rich. I was working 3 jobs, 90-hour weeks. His mom knew I had money. His whole family manipulated me because I worked so hard, and his whole family took advantage of me. And that whole time, I expected their help. And he got out, and he was running around Spokane. I have videos of him with guns. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't even work.
Listen, I wouldn't touch him with a cattle prod. You know, you are an attractive, smart, hardworking young woman who had a car. I don't know why you lost your license because of.
I got pulled over and I didn't have my insurance card on me, so they gave me like an $800 ticket. So, and then I was working a lot and I didn't get to the 15 days.
He says you lost your license because of?
A DUI.
Which is not true because I'm still in the process of my DUI right now. I just recently got that.
Okay. So what we're going to do is all tell the truth.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Absolutely.
So you lost your license because you have a pending DUI, and they're allowed to take your driver's license away if you have a pending DUI.
Yes, but my hearing hadn't happened yet.
Doesn't matter whether your hearing has happened yet. They can take away your license without a hearing.
They told me my license was suspended because of an unpaid traffic ticket the first day that I went to court.
So now we have no insurance and a DUI arrest.
No, I have insurance. I have proof of
Just a second.
insurance.
And a DUI arrest.
Yes.
Good. You have the title to the car? I'd like to take a look at it. You bought this car in April of 2017?
Yeah. I barely have.
Who did you buy it from?
AutoNation. I also have that if you'd like to see the bill for that, for my car.
I'd like to see it.
The actual original copy is in my car and I can't get it. So this is what the AutoNation company sent me.
Or do you have a current price in that car?
$1,402.
$1,402?
Right.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,402. We're done. Thank you.
I worked really hard. I paid for that car myself.
I did not steal her car. She gave me full permission to have her car.
He was really sweet. Told me he wanted to kind of start a life with me.
I got sorrow for her. I feel her, for real.
Then he just did what he did to me.
Mr. Sylvester, you and the defendant worked together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you work?
We worked at Kazuki Ramen. It's a ramen house, a restaurant.
How long had you been working there?
We both worked there for about 5 months. I was there in the opening, so was he. So we opened the restaurant together, basically.
Did you know each other before you opened the restaurant?
No, Your Honor.
And there came a time when you decided to room together. Was that a permanent arrangement for you or a temporary arrangement for you?
Definitely temporary. It was kind of more of a personal favor. The apartment was far away from downtown, and at the time I wasn't driving, so he pretty much just asked me, could you please, because we went and saw the place together, the landlord liked me, they're like, could you please just move in for a couple of months until you find another arrangement, which I did allow, but I didn't want to be on the lease, and I wanted to pay less than him because I knew I wouldn't be there as frequently.
Were you on the lease?
No.
Only you were on the lease?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you put down security deposit?
Yes.
How much?
$350.
And you moved out after a couple of months?
Just 1 month, really.
2 months.
I thought it was 2 months.
2 months.
Did you give him his security deposit back?
I returned $250 of his security deposit back.
Why?
I withheld $100 for outstanding bills from the months that he had lived
I've
there.
never seen a dollar from
Just a
that.
second. What bills?
I have a garbage bill, a cable bill, and an electric bill.
And how much do all of those bills add up to together?
They totaled $269.84.
Bird, would you show those to the plaintiff, please? Because we're going to get to the crux of this case in a minute.
The previous payment is here, and then this is the actual bill from that time.
Yeah, no, I've seen the bills. I paid him in cash for these bills. I never saw $1 from the deposit. It was $350. I also helped him out for.
There's one issue in this case, and I'm not getting involved with your $250 and $350 because it was my understanding from reading your complaint, sir, that he did give you some money back from the.
No, I never received $1 from the deposit or the rent that's owed. Basically, I moved out early September with the agreement that when his new roommate moved in, I would receive the money for that rent and also the deposit.
Do you have proof that you returned any part of the deposit to him?
No, everything was dealt with in cash.
Okay. Now, you moved out on what date, sir?
It was like September 2nd, between the 2nd and the 5th.
Now, so I'm not getting involved in it because if you actually believe that he owed you money and there was so much animus, late October, you wouldn't have gone to his house for a house party, which is really the crux of this case, which is the only part of it that I'm dealing with. So let's understand that. If you felt that he owed you prorated rent or some money for security deposit, when you were invited to his home a month later, a month after you moved out, for a party, I would not have gone if I was in an acrimonious situation with somebody. So you went to a party at his house in October. Now I want you to tell me what happened when you went to the party in October, because that's what this case is about.
When I went to the party in October, we discussed the deposit and the monies owed. And as you mentioned, I did have some resentment.
You shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have gone.
Right. Okay.
You know, he basically got violent with me about it. He pushed me outside the door and
told you to
locked the
leave.
door. Yeah.
Unlock the door.
He locked the door with my keys inside, my car keys inside. So.
And keep going.
Then I had to pay for a cab to get home.
And
then the next day he said a bunch of crazy things to our manager that we work for.
I don't know whether he did or not. That's your say.
Either way, though.
Because there's nobody here.
Either way, I sent him a text message saying, I'm going to take you to small claims on this matter then. I gave him the small claims paperwork. I'd like to see that text. I don't have the text with me, but I do have the small claims paperwork that I filed.
To make carefully.
Yes.
I want to see the text where you said to him, I'm going to small claims court. You say you have a text. Use your phone right there.
Yeah, I do not have the text, unfortunately. This is a new phone.
You know how many times I hear people, how did you get a new phone when you lost your job? What you're suing for here is lost wages. When did you get a new phone?
It was a very affordable phone, Your Honors. I do have the small claims paperwork here.
Listen, I'm going to do my drill when I'm satisfied that I'm going to throw you both out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. So you don't have the text.
No.
And you said if I don't get satisfaction, according to you, which you don't have because you bought a new phone, you said I'm going to take you to small claims court. And you filed a small claims case on what date?
The small claims was filed on October 31st.
On what date were you served with the small claims case?
I was served that Monday, I believe.
By whom?
His mother.
Where?
She came behind the bar while I was at work.
And at that time, you were both still working at the same restaurant?
That is correct.
Were you working the same shift?
No.
What shift were you working?
I was working my afternoon shift, so I was working the 4:30 to close shift.
And what shift were you working, sir?
I did not work that day, the 31st.
What shift did you usually work?
I worked the same shifts as Josh.
So then you were both working the same shift, except for the day you was allegedly served with a small claims case.
Yeah.
Just answer my questions.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now I would like to see the small claims case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I see two small claims cases.
Yes, I amended the order to include the lost wages after he filed a restraining order to keep me from work.
Just a second. But you left things out when you filed an amended complaint. First claim you asked for, not that I'm getting involved in it, prorated rent, a loan, and your possessions, and your deposit. The second case you filed was deposit, rent, and lost wages. So I assume that you got your loan back and your possessions back.
No, I didn't. I've not gotten my
So you just made a mistake.
Yeah, I just amended
Just
the
a
order.
mistake. All right. Now, the whole thrust of this case, and the only part that I will hear,
Yes, ma'am.
so that's nonsense, is that at some point you filed a protective order against him.
That is correct.
On what date?
I filed a protection order the day after I received the small claims court.
Basically in response.
Shh.
Yeah.
Don't speak. You filed it the day after.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And I would like to see the date that you filed it and the allegations that you make.
Okay, I have the petition and I also have the temporary order if you'd like.
Let's
both of
see the
those.
petition. Now I would like you, sir, to explain to me the reason that you filed this protective order a day after you were served with a small claims case.
So the incident that occurred at my house, as it states in the petition, he was sexually harassing a house guest. Upon being asked to stop, he berated her using...
Who cares?
Okay. I kicked him out.
Who cares?
I kicked him out. I didn't feel the need to call the police because he was investigated. I wanted the matter to end there. He made it clear that he was not going to end the matter
No,
there.
don't just say. Don't tell me what he made clear. He
Yes,
was
ma'am.
bothering somebody at your party. That person didn't file a protective order against him. You did. And I want you to tell me what he did that inspired you after you were served with a small claim case to file a protective order.
He made it clear that...
No, not clear. That is an assumption, sir, based upon facts, which you are going to tell me, and the facts had better be consistent with what you wrote in your answer, which you probably don't remember.
In my petition
But-
order?
No, in my case.
Okay.
In my case. So I want you to tell me specifically what Mr. Sylvester said or did to you that inspired you to file for a protective order the day after you were served with a small claims case.
The day after I was served with a small claims case, it was in my belief that he was going to continue to harass me while I was at work, and therefore I filed the protection order.
I want to tell you something. You abuse the system. I don't care what you believe. Your mother cares what you believe. Maybe your sister cares what you believe. Maybe your mother cares how you feel. Maybe your sister cares how you feel. The law doesn't give a rat's ass how you feel. The law believes in facts. And so far, I've asked you 3 times to give me something specific that Mr. Sylvester said or did to you that inspired you to file for a protective order against him, excluding him from your workplace, because that's what you asked for.
Aside-
Excluding him from your workplace. And I guarantee you, on Bird's life, that you did not tell the judge before whom you were requesting this protective order that you worked in the same place.
I made it very clear. to
Oh,
the
I
judge.
don't believe that. Then,
I made it very clear
I
to
don't
the
believe
judge.
that, because then you're telling me that the judge was a moron.
The judge suspended
That-
it. He didn't issue a restraining. He didn't issue a permanent restraining order.
No. You asked for. That's not what I'm saying to you, sir. Let's make ourselves perfectly clear.
Yes, ma'am.
You requested a protective order on an emergency basis, excluding him from your workplace.
That's correct.
And the judge granted that application on an emergency basis, therefore making it impossible for him to go to work. And I guarantee you that you didn't tell that judge who granted the temporary restraining order based on this nonsense that he was a fellow worker along with you. You may have told the judge who heard the final order of protection and denied it because you were not granted a final order of protection, right?
No, but I
No.
disclosed his working location when the judge asked where the perfect place for service would be, service of the actual
Listen,
document.
I think that you overstepped it and you abused the system and you abused him. Now, if you felt threatened, which I think you did not, was this, by the way, this young woman that he was making come-ons to at the party, was this somebody that you knew well? And give me the first name.
Her name was Van Lynn, and yes, it is somebody that I know well.
Is it somebody that you were dating?
You could
What
say
is
that.
That's either a yes or a no.
Yes, we were dating
Right.
casually.
So while I'm not getting involved with the rest of this nonsense, I am awarding him money for lost wages.
Okay.
Because I think that your actions not only abuse me as part of a system, because you used it in retaliation. Your girlfriend didn't feel threatened enough to go and seek a protective order. And you never sought a protective order before you were served with a small claims case. And this was after the party.
It's for the same...
Just a second. We're done. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. We're finished. Thank you.
Nobody wanted to live with him. He's a slob.
When I woke up to him cleaning my house
He's always broke, and it's red flags.
and having random people that I'd never met before coming to view the house
So the few people that I did bring by, they were like, this is disgusting,
before 30 days notice was given, yeah, it made my life kind of difficult.
and I'm definitely not doing this. So it was a trouble to get that spot.
Not gonna do it again.
And hopefully this is one step closer for Joshua becoming a man.
Mr. Adrian, you were a tenant of Mr. Horn's for approximately 8 months, according to what I read in your complaint. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're suing him for a variety of things. Let's take first things first. First thing is that you had a security deposit that you left with him,
Yes.
and you want the security deposit refunded to you.
Yes.
How much was the security deposit?
$14.50.
Is that correct, Mr. Horn?
I believe so.
Okay. And when did you give him the $14.50? When did you start your tenancy?
The agreement was entitled, I have evidence,
Just tell me the date.
23rd of November, 2015.
And you moved out on what date?
I moved out on June 21st, 2016.
Did Mr. Horn return any part of your security deposit?
No.
And you just rented a room from him?
Yes.
Is that correct? All right, Mr. Horn, we're going to deal with first things first. Security deposit. You will agree that you did not return any part of Mr. Adrian's security deposit.
Correct.
Now you're going to tell me why.
Because damage and the thefts that occurred when he was living in the house.
You don't get any credit for thefts that occurred when he was in the house that you didn't report to the police. Did you report any of the thefts to the police?
When they arrested him, yes.
No, during his tenancy. Fine. Forget thefts. I want to see the damage that you're claiming that he caused. When was that damage caused?
The day he moved out.
Did you punch these holes in the walls?
No, I did not.
Did anything that you do cause these holes in the doors?
The big hole was already there when we replaced the door, and the small hole, Mr. Horn punched.
Who replaced the door?
I did. I put it back myself.
You replaced the door on the hinges, and this was the door to your room?
Yes, there was a door. It was the door before this one was broken, so I just replaced that door with this door with the two holes.
You bought a door?
No.
Where did you get it from?
It was in the garage, an extra door in the garage.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What other damage did he cause?
You don't count stolen.
No,
Correct.
you have to return his security deposit. So we have $1,450 so far. Now, the second part of your lawsuit is punitive damages for false arrest. I assume that sometime around the end of June when you moved out, you and Mr. Horn had an altercation.
Yes,
And as a result of that altercation, you were arrested.
that is correct.
No charges were ever filed against you. So you were released.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to tell me about what happened. Was that on June 21st?
This was on June 20th.
On the 20th. So tell me what happened on June 20th.
On the 20th, Mr. Horn and I got into an argument.
About what?
About money that I should have paid him for gas and for food.
Gas for what?
He was driving me to the beach so we could go on walks, and he was driving to Hollywood so he could go to a comedy show, and I wanted to go with him. But I didn't pay him for gas, and so...
Okay, so you were going to split the gas?
No, I was going to pay him
Hey.
full in gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did you owe him?
He told me $20.
So he approached you about the gas money and food?
Food. I ate some of his food. He let me eat some of his food, and part of that would be paying for the food.
Would be all in the $20?
Yes.
Okay, so he asked you for the $20. And what happened?
I told him I didn't have it at the moment, but I would give it to him as soon as I got it, and he was upset. He didn't believe me.
How long had you owed him the $20?
About maybe 2.5 months, because he was being generous and driving me without asking for the money, but it got so overwhelming that he finally asked for the money, and I agreed to give it to him.
Just $20?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you would owe it to him for months?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And after that, we got into a verbal argument because, like I said, he got upset that I wasn't giving it to him on the spot. And so he punched the first hole in the door, and he was getting upset. And he kept pushing on the door, and I locked the door. I said, I want you to calm down first, and then I'll talk to you. But he was still getting upset, and then, he was hitting the door as hard as he could, and he finally broke it off its hinges. And he shoved me down where I hit the fan. I landed on the fan, and it broke. And after that, I called the police. And the police came the first time, and they said, what's going on? I told them what happened. And they said, well, why
Don't tell me what they said. Do you have a police report from that incident?
I do not.
Okay, so you called them the first time.
Yes.
And
They told me,
you can't tell me what they told you. You went back into the house.
yes, after they told me to,
You went back into the house.
Yes, back into
And
the
that
house.
was the 20th. Okay, what happened after you went back into the house?
After that, Mr. Horn went back into his room, and when he was in his room, he closed his door, and I went over to the door and I knocked on it, and I wanted to, just apologize for yelling at him, but he was still upset, and I was still knocking on the door just saying, hey, I would like to apologize. I made a mistake. I just want to apologize.
You were yelling at him?
Yes, and he was upset, and he came out of the door with a bamboo stick. I ran back into my room because he was following me into my room. He was really upset. He had an angry face, and I went back into my room, and he was there with the bamboo stick, and I reached into my closet in self-defense to grab my bat, okay? And I held it up. I didn't touch him with it. I held it up, he backed away, and at that point, I called the cops.
For a second time?
Yes.
So you called the police on both occasions?
Yes.
Okay, what happened when the police arrived?
The police arrived and they handcuffed Tyler, and they sat me down on the driveway. They talked with him. I don't know what they were talking about. And then they came over to me and they asked me what was going on. I told them what was happening. And they had enough evidence, I guess, to arrest me because Mr. Horn said that I hit him with the bat, which I did not hit him. I didn't touch him.
Did you tell the police that he hit you with the bat?
No, I did not.
What did you tell the police, Mr. Horn?
I told the police that he pulled a knife on me, which he did. His memory is very faulty.
Did you have a knife in your possession?
No, I did not.
During the course of the police placing you under arrest, did a knife fall out of your pocket?
It was in my pocket, but it was not out of my pocket.
So it was in your possession. Knife was in your possession?
Yes.
What kind of knife was it?
It was a small pocket knife. The blade was probably that big.
Okay. Do you have a police report? I'd like to see. You don't have another police report where it's not all blacked out?
I tried to obtain one, but
You can return this.
the Attorney General in Torrance blots out the name of the perpetrator and not the victim, which is rather ironic to me.
They blocked out the name of the perpetrator because there were no charges filed against him.
Yeah, evidently.
Okay. Great. Mr. Adrian, you're getting your security deposit back, $1,450. But clearly, unless he was psychic, he didn't know that you had a knife in your possession.
Yes.
If it was in your pocket. But the police found the knife when they placed you under arrest. And they did voucher the knife? Did they take the knife?
They did, yes.
Did they subsequently give it back to you when they released you the next day?
No. The arrest was not for the knife. It was for elderly abuse, which I did not hit him.
Now, the only other thing that I'm going to consider, I'm not considering punitive damages for false arrest. What I am considering is the laptop that you say he kept that belonged to you. Was this an old laptop, sir?
Yes, it was a Windows Vista.
And did you, Mr. Adrian, at some point damage Mr. Horn's computer?
No, I did not.
Did you damage his keyboard and printer?
No.
Did you use his keyboard and printer?
The keyboard that he has, I gave that to him. It was a black keyboard that I gave to him along with a monitor that plugs into a laptop. And the printer, it was not broken. The ink cartridges just weren't working, so it looked as if it was broken.
How many laptops did you have when you left the house on June 21st?
Well, I had 0 because of the laptop that was still there.
So you didn't have a computer?
I had a laptop that I brought into the house when I first moved in.
And that was the one that you are claiming that Mr. Horn has. Is that correct?
Yes.
Other than that laptop, you have no other laptop or no other computer. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Horn. Explain the computer to me.
I saw him steal a laptop from underneath my living room table, as I also saw him steal my iPhone. I did not give him the food. He stole it.
Mr. Horn, let me tell you what your answer is.
That's it.
No, let me tell you what you swore to in your answer. You swore in your answer that Mr. Adrian gave you his old computer as payment for my broken equipment. Now you just tell me that he stole your computer.
And then gave me his.
Okay. You have to return his computer to him, and I will give you an order that you can go and get it in the company of a police officer. In addition to that, you get $1,450, which is your security deposit. We're finished. Thank you.
He was a nice guy at first, but as the months went along,
I would drive him places and try to help him out. I bought him a dinner or two.
He was very crazy. He was yelling at himself and just acting very crazy.
And just nothing. He wouldn't clean.
He was mad that I didn't clean my room when he wanted it to be clean.
He wouldn't do anything around the house that he was required to do.
He was mad that I came back late and that I was blasting music.
He started lying, stealing.
I did not steal the iPhone
Came home from a bike ride, saw him steal it and run down the driveway with it.
because I already had a phone. He lost his iPhone.
I better know them better like I do the guy that's in there now.
Exactly. I have a dad, and he's not my dad.
Very glad he's gone.
I never want to see him again.
Ms. Koza, you didn't do what you were supposed to do because you allowed a romantic relationship to interfere with your good judgment, and you allowed Mr. Burns to use your credit when you were dating to buy a car and, according to you, a television set. You stopped dating. Mr. Burns took the car. He continued to pay for a period of time on both the credit card for the television set and for the car, and then, according to you, he stopped. In what month and year did you stop making payments on the credit card and the car?
March 2012.
And why did you stop making payments?
I had to put a new transmission into the Subaru 3 months prior, and I used all my financial aid. I'm a full-time student. So I had to live off the money that I was making, so I didn't have the ability to pay the bill.
So how many months delinquent were you?
30 days. The Best Buy was 60.
So 1 month on the car and 2 months on the Best Buy card. You also didn't have the car properly registered.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
And how delinquent was it in being registered?
Almost 6 months. I was waiting to pay for the catalytic converter in order to get a smog because it's in California.
That's not Ms. Koza's problem. That's your problem. The fact is, you visited on her because the car is in your name.
It's in both of our names.
The credit is in your name.
It's 50-50.
Well, it's not 50-50. They're going to come after the one who's working. Are you working?
I am.
What do you do?
I'm a substitute teacher looking for a teaching job, and I nanny on the side.
And what do you do?
I'm a full-time student going to school to get my teacher
Well, then
credential.
they're going to come after you because you have a job.
And that's what they told me.
Yeah, of course. So, you got pulled over, your car wasn't registered, they impounded the car. Ms. Koza got the car out of impound, paid the parking tickets. You also had parking tickets, right? That wasn't because you had a bad transmission. That's just because you parked where you felt like it.
Yes.
And you also didn't pay the parking tickets.
I was going to pay the parking tickets, but she'd picked up the car and paid them before I had knowledge of it.
When you get a parking ticket, you pay it. And if you didn't have enough money to
But if you
fix
don't have the
car,
money, you can't pay it.
That's not her fault. Don't take the car.
$3,400 for a transmission.
Listen to me. That's not Ms. Koza's problem, Mr. Burns. I know that you want to say it's somebody else's fault. How old are you?
28.
28-year-old man should not be a full-time student if he has bills to pay. He should be a part-time student and a full-time worker bee. Or at least a part-time worker bee and a part-time student, or any configuration thereof. But a 28-year-old man who has bills to pay, who has indebted somebody else for him, doesn't sit back and read his books all day. He works and doesn't rely on the largesse of others, which probably in this case includes family, friends, and student aid, which is, of course, us. Now, Ms. Koza, you want what he owed you on the Best Buy card.
Correct.
How much did he owe for the TV on the Best Buy card?
For the Best Buy card, he owed $1,300, and I have proof that it was in collections for the last 4 months, which I was not aware of. And the bill was $1,300, and so they did a settlement for me because I just had a breakdown. I don't make a lot of money, and the settlement for $752 was paid. And so that
You got a bargain, Mr. Burns. $752.
But again, I didn't ask her to pay it.
I don't care whether you asked her or not. What would you like her to do? You'd like her credit score to be 0? You would like her credit score to be goose egg?
No,
I
told her when stuff was going on. I would have the money in 2 weeks.
Mr. Burns, you don't have money because you don't work. Get a job.
That's not always true.
No, get a job. Get a job. You can't say, honey, I don't have any money. If I had it, I would give it to you. Sounds like some relatives I know. What I'm telling you is people get money by working. By the time you're 28 years old, you should have figured that out. That's how Bird makes a living. That's how my cameraman makes a living. That's how the people that run the lights make a living. Everybody who wants to earn money works.
I worked for a long time before going back to school.
Well,
you know?
Just a minute. You worked for a long time? You're 28 years old. You tell me that you worked a long time when you're 70 years old.
And I went back to school, worked full-time, and went to school full-time until I was 26.
And then what happened?
I went to the
You retired?
California, Santa Cruz. No. I ended up in Santa Cruz.
All
and
right,
it's a little heavier.
$752. What did you get to get the car out of impound?
What I had to do to get the car out of
Just
impound.
tell me how much you paid to get the car out of impound, including the parking tickets.
Total of, to get it impounded, I had to do a number of steps, pay tickets,
Just a
registration.
second. Give her this, please. All I want to know is
Okay, I'm
how
sorry.
much she paid to get the car out of impound.
Your Honor,
I had this already.
she took my car that I'd been paying on for 4.5 years.
That's too bad.
No, but she took my car and left me carless.
Good. Get a job,
And then
go to
plus-
school, take 6 credits, and get a job full-time,
It doesn't
and then
work
you'll
like
have enough
that.
money
It
for
does
a
not
car.
work like that. You don't get financial aid after 6 credits.
God,
You
I'm
can't
sorry,
support
I'm so
yourself.
nervous.
You either got to go in all the way, or
Tell
you
that
can't
to
go
Abraham
in.
Lincoln.
I think times were different back then.
No, people were different back then, Mr. Burns. Times were the same. People had to get up, they had to eat, they had to have a roof over their heads, they had to pay for some sort of fuel to heat their house. The only difference is people got soft.
70 cents, so
Plus
2,000.
70 cents?
Well, it was part of that, I'm sorry. So $2,229.70 is what I had to spend to get it out.
That's all I want to know.
Okay.
Your problem, however, with regard to part of your claim, Ms. Koza, is
Okay.
as follows. You want him to pay to have the car repaired so you can sell it.
May I interject for one moment? That was the total cost in order to get permission to then drive an hour and a half away to get it out. When I was once there, I had to pay an impound fee and police fee, which together, so this would be addition, is $519.
I don't understand. What's the $2,200 for?
That is for parking citations. There turned out to be
How much?
19. 19 of them. And
19.
that was,
19, how much was that?
for 19 citations, it was $1,620. And the reason why I did decide to pay for all this stuff is because for 2 weeks I tried to get hold of Matthew Burns and he would not return my
You
phone
don't have
calls.
to tell me why.
Okay.
Actually, he's very busy being a full-time student.
No,
Now,
but
a
when she
full-time student without a car.
when she picked up the car, she took the responsibilities of the car.
No, sir.
I've been taking care of that car for 4.5 years. I put $3,400 in it 3 months prior.
Sir, you didn't pay your parking tickets. You got parking tickets, $1,600 worth of parking tickets. You didn't pay them. You don't have to get a parking ticket. You just have to be irresponsible enough to park wherever you like and then take the tickets and throw them away. Now, if you didn't have any money, you would be more careful where you parked. You get one ticket and then you say, gee, this is a ticket. I'm going to pay this and I'm not going to get another one. But if you don't pay the tickets, then what difference does it make? What
But
difference
that's
does it
neither
make?
here
You
nor
can't
there.
register the
She
car.
picked up the car. She takes responsibility of the car.
Mr. Burns, she did not. That's what you're doing here, sir. She had to do what she had to do to A, protect her credit, and to B, since you were being totally irresponsible with her good name by not paying on her credit card, by not paying on the loan on the car, by getting $1,600 worth of tickets that you didn't pay, she had to do whatever she had to do to protect herself, which she did from your irresponsible behavior. Totally irresponsible. If you think that she's responsible for this money, she's not. You are. The only problem that she has is she wants you to pay. She says that the car needs a whole bunch of repairs before she can sell it. And that part of your claim, and that's the only part of your claim, Ms. Koza, that I'm going to dismiss without prejudice, because you can't do a presumptive strike. If you sell the car and there's a shortfall on what you get for the car and the loan, then you can sue him for the difference. If a bank repossesses the car and they have to paint it, put in a new whatever, they do whatever they have to do, they sell it, and if you still owe on the car, they come back to you.
Your Honor, I do have a recording of Matthew Burns saying that he will make payment on the repairs.
I don't care whether you have that recording or not. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not entertaining that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,500. That's all.
It caused me a lot of stress and a lot of money that I didn't really have.
I wasn't taking responsibility. I wasn't taking accountability for my actions.
Back then, he was an honest, nice man who was a stand-up man. And the last year, he's, no offense to him, but has gone down the drain and careless and selfish.
In some aspects of my life, yeah, but in others, I've grown.
I just hope I can get done with this and move on with my life.
Ms. Appleby, this incident happened over a year ago. The incident that you're complaining about. The incident that you're complaining about allegedly happened in the state of Connecticut, where you and the defendant were neighbors of sorts.
Yes.
And it is your claim that her cat, in October of last year, bit you. You had certain medical bills that you incurred as a result of that. You want her to be responsible. Before I get into that, I'd like to know when you relocated to California.
I relocated end of June. I'm a travel nurse, so I move every 3 to 4 months. So I was here June 26th.
I don't know what you mean you're a traveler.
I'm a travel nurse, so I work for an agency and I go to different hospitals every 3 to 4 months, depending on the needs of the hospitals.
Okay. So you were in Connecticut from October to June.
No, I was in Connecticut from July to October.
July through
Yes.
October.
Then end of October, October 30th, I moved to New York City, and I was there
Just a minute. And you were in New York City until when?
till May, mid-May.
Now, New York City is much closer to Connecticut
Yes.
than is Los Angeles. So my first question for you would be, why did you choose to initiate this case when you moved to Los Angeles rather than for the time that you were in Connecticut and then close by in a state that touched the state where this happened, rather than waiting until you were thousands of miles away? Why did you choose to initiate this case when you moved to Los Angeles rather than for the time that you were in Connecticut?
I didn't receive the bill till late April of 2016, and I was already planning to move to LA.
Well, you didn't move until May.
Yes.
You received bills in April from whom?
From Norwalk Hospital. It's my emergency room bill of $3,013.30 right here.
Are you telling me that you have no insurance?
I do, but after insurance, this is what the cost was.
After insurance, there was a copay of over $3,000?
Yes.
How much was the whole bill?
It was a lot more than that. This breaks it down.
I'd like to see that, please. Wow. And you were there just for the afternoon at Norwalk Hospital?
I went there at night to go get my rabies shot.
Okay,
and
but
then
you
had to-
didn't stay over in the hospital. What an outrageous bill.
Yes.
What an outrageous bill. It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I was so shocked.
$9,000. And your insurance paid almost $6,000.
Yes.
We're going down the toilet as a country. Okay, and it is your claim that this visit to Norwalk Hospital and the resulting bill that you have, which is $3,000, is a result of Miss Grassi's black cat biting you.
Yes, I have a picture of it.
Now, Miss Grassi, I understand from reading the complaint, this happened on October 15th?
Yes.
October 15th.
October
Thank you
10th.
for helping me. This happened on October 15th. You have a black cat, or you have two?
I have 2 black cats.
Now, on October 15th, I want you to tell me what happened.
It was October 10th, actually. And I was driving home from work. I was parking in my parking lot, and I noticed a black cat. And he approached me and was trying to follow me up to my apartment. I went upstairs and tried to open the 2 sets of doors, trying to go in real fast because he was trying to go in.
To your apartment?
Yes. He was trying to go in, and I didn't allow him to, and I was trying...
Tell me what you did.
I just tried to open the door real quick to avoid him and to go inside because there's 2 doors, and he was already there, and then he bit me on my left above my ankle right there.
Yeah, I see that.
And I screamed, and he ran the other way, and I just went inside as fast as I could.
And you called animal control, you called the police.
I originally went to urgent care, and I have a report from them.
Did you call animal control?
The urgent care did.
Urgent care?
Yeah. I have this, and they say that they called them.
And you described the cat?
Yes.
How far does the defendant live from you?
She lives across the street at the time. I also have the report from animal control.
Now, I'm going to look at that in a second. At some point, you were advised by a neighbor of yours that animal control was setting a trap for a black cat, right?
Yes, for a cat, yes.
Well, you say you were advised that animal control was setting a trap for a black cat.
Yes, a black cat, the cat that...
And your cats go in and out? Both of them or just
No,
one of them?
one.
The other one is strictly a house cat.
Very elderly and arthritic and doesn't move.
Okay, so the one that goes out is a black cat.
That's right.
Is that cat bitten before?
No.
May I see the animal control
Yes.
report?
And she had told me that her sister gets bitten by that cat whenever I first met her.
When did she tell you that her sister was bitten by that cat?
I think I met her around October 14th, 4 days after they located her and the cat. And I was like, oh, I got bit by your cat. And she was like, yeah, the cat roams around all the time, and he bit my sister. He bites my sister all the time.
What did you say to her when she said the cat bites my sister?
Well, I was shocked that a cat like that should be roaming around the street and biting around without our knowledge, and it doesn't even have a collar.
What's your sister's name?
Noreen.
Noreen live with you?
Yes, she does.
Just a second. Okay. That's my question. Does Noreen live with you?
Yes.
Does she work?
Yes.
Is she working today?
No.
Where is she today?
She's taking care of my cats and dogs.
How many cats do you have?
I have 2.
How many dogs?
2. They're all rescues.
When did you rescue this black cat? The one that bit her?
Yes, about 5 years ago. I'm not sure of the date.
When you were told about this, you did in fact pay for the rabies shot that the plaintiff got. Is that right?
I did.
Is that an arrangement that you made with animal control as well?
No. Animal control, as soon as I told animal control that my cat was up on his rabies shots and told him the name of the vet and told him to call the vet if he had any questions.
What date was that?
It was after the day that Lamia came to see me.
So
That
it was
must have
after
been
her-
the 14th or the 15th.
She had already been to the emergency room.
Yes.
She incurred this bill before she found out that your cat was up to date on her rabies.
Yes.
On its rabies shots.
Yes. But may I say something?
Sure.
Okay. She got the initial rabies shots, but there are 3 booster shots.
We're not even talking about the booster shots.
Okay.
We're talking about the $3,000 that she got as a bill from the emergency care that she went to before she knew that your cat was up to date on its rabies shots.
All right.
Do you understand?
I do.
That's a bill that, but for the fact that you let your cat out, she would not have incurred because she has to protect herself
I
by
understand.
following this procedure.
I understand.
You still have that cat?
Yes, I do. And the cat, the cat didn't bite my sister. He will take a nip, but he doesn't, blood is not drawn. All right. And he's never has bitten anybody else. He is a very friendly cat, and he's around people a great deal.
He shouldn't be outside.
But no one has ever complained about him. He's
still
very
let him
friendly.
out?
Oh, yes. Because he's not vicious. And people...
Well, he bit her.
I know he did. But people come up to me and tell me, people who lived in the same apartment house that she does, and they say, oh, your cat's so friendly. I just love him, and they have names for him, and they visit with him.
Miss Grasser, you owe her $3,000. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Miss Strasser had a litter of, and I don't know how often she...
3 litters a year, Your Honor.
So you are a registered breeder of pug puppies?
I am with the AKC, yes.
AKC.
My litters are.
And you wanted a pug puppy. You purchased a pug puppy from her on what date?
March 12th, 2016.
You have a contract?
No.
Do you have a written contract?
No.
Did you have a contract?
No.
Other than
I give written instructions on how to follow up with medical care and what they've
But there
had.
was no contract?
No.
Okay. How much was the puppy?
$1,250.
Is this the first time you've had a dog?
Since I was a child, yes.
So this is the first time you've really
Yes.
had a dog. How old was the puppy when you brought the puppy home?
10 weeks.
Puppy had its first shot?
Yes, he had.
When was the next time you took the puppy to the vet?
I believe it was on March 18th.
And that was a wellness check. That's a
Yes.
smart thing to do.
Right.
And the vet found everything in order.
Right.
What's next?
5 months later, I emailed...
Don't tell me what you emailed. 5 months later, you took the dog to the vet.
Well, first I emailed Ms. Strasser.
About what?
I wanted a female pug. Toby was a male.
Why did you want a female?
He needed a friend, and I considered breeding. I didn't really want to breed it myself. I emailed her later and asked her if she would be willing to breed Toby and give me a female pug. Because I paid a lot of money for Toby, and I didn't really want to pay that much again. So, like as a stud fee, use Toby as a stud in payment for my stud fee, give me a puppy.
And she said?
She didn't answer me.
Okay, so what's next?
Then Toby ate a Reese's peanut butter cup, and I was worried.
Just a second. He ate chocolate.
Yes.
And you were concerned, so you took him to the vet.
Yes.
Is that the same vet that you took him to on March 18th?
Yes.
Same vet. Yes.
And they kept him overnight for observation.
Because somebody had given him, let him eat.
He got on, I had a candy bowl on the table, and he got on the table.
Okay. So they kept him overnight, and?
And I picked him up, and they said, you know, he is cryptorchid. And I said, I don't know what that is. So they informed me that one of his testicles was...
I'm letting you tell me this story, even though it's hearsay, because I assume someplace it's in the medical record.
Yes.
So they said to you that he has one testicle, or he has one testicle that had not come down yet?
One that had not come
down yet. I know. I've had lots of dogs. So
they said I would have to have him neutered. I could not breed him.
Well, they said to you it's a wise idea because those things can become infected, and the dog should have been neutered from the beginning. You should have had the dog neutered 5 months before.
Well, he was only 10 weeks old 5 months before.
When you got him, he was 10 weeks old.
Yes.
At what age can you have a puppy neutered?
They say at 4 to 5 months.
Okay, so you were a little late in the neutering process for him anyway.
Well, I wanted to breed him.
Well, that's ridiculous. This is the first time you've had a dog since you were a child. All of a sudden you want to become a dog breeder?
No, I didn't want to be a dog breeder.
Okay.
I wanted to breed the dog so I could get a female dog.
For what?
Miss Strasser told me that...
For what?
Miss Strasser,
What did you want a female? Just a second. For what? I'm just trying to figure out. For what did you want a female dog? If you wanted company, you could get another male dog.
Miss Strasser, in our emails back and forth, she said girl pugs get along better with boy pugs. I didn't know what I wanted. I said I want another pug.
Okay. In any event, this is what your case is about. You think that she should give you back half your money, or all your money, or more than all your money. You paid $1,250. You're suing for $1,625 because you say, in addition to anything else, you want a partial refund for the dog and plus punitive damages for filing a false restraining order against you.
Correct.
So now you take the puppy to the vet and you have the puppy neutered, right? And at this time it's surgery, a little bit older. Puppy is about 8 months old now.
It's September 16th, so...
About 8 months. Puppy was 10 weeks old. This is 5 months later, so it's about 8 months old. You have the puppy neutered, and?
So
And you called her and said, I want part of my money back. Okay, and she said, I'm not giving you your money back.
She texted me and
she said, I'm not giving you your money back.
She texted me and said she would give me my money back.
Oh, she would?
Yes.
And then she didn't?
She would give me half my money back, and then she said to bring the dog back to her.
Just a second. She said, let me see the text. Do you have the texts?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see both your versions.
I offered her a full refund. She refused 4 times.
A full refund if she brought the puppy
yes,
back?
Yes, full refund, and then
Just a second. A full refund and bring the puppy back?
Bring the puppy back.
Right.
And because she claimed that she wanted to breed her.
Just a second. I just want to see your email where you offered her a full refund and said, I'll bring the puppy back. Bert, I'm going to take a look at hers while you're waiting there, please. Thank you. Why did you contact the Attorney General?
The AKC website, I called them, and they recommended that I file a
That's
complaint.
ridiculous.
They wouldn't do that.
There's no way. Show me in writing where the AKC told you to contact the Attorney General.
Consumer Complaints, the Attorney General. I talked to a woman on the phone. I called the AKC twice.
Okay. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You don't want to return the puppy. You don't want to return the puppy. I mean, I've read the emails. You love the puppy. Your son loves the puppy.
Yes.
What are you doing here? Do you have nothing else in your life? You have a puppy that you love. You have a nice son. The puppy should have been neutered because you don't know anything about dog breeding. You had the dog neutered. They said, you know what, one of the testicles did not come down. I've had it with 2 male dogs. It makes the neutering process a little more painful for the dog because usually it's an easy process. Am I correct?
Yes.
See, and I'm a lawyer and I know that because I know it from experience. I never sued anybody because they sold me a dog and they were, believe me, it's expensive as this one.
But I paid $1,250 for breeding rights.
Show me. And if she was willing to give you back your money, which I have here, but she said, I'm giving you back your money, bring me back the dog. What am I not following with that?
She wanted the dog back.
That's absolutely right. She said, I will give you a full refund on the dog, just bring the dog back.
Well,
and then you could go and buy another dog from another breeder that you're happier with.
I'm
So
very
what
happy
you
with this
wanted,
dog.
so what you wanted was you wanted money back and the dog.
Yes.
Yeah. Nuts. And you called the Attorney General. Okay, so she got annoyed twice. Now, in addition to calling the Attorney General, you say she filed a false restraining order against you. So, Ms. Kaiser, you don't get any money.
Okay.
Unless you want to return the pug to Ms. Strasser.
No, I just.
Okay, fine, because she offered you that. And I will make that offer good to you today.
But she offered me $625.
Just a second. You can have all your money back and you give her back Toby.
Okay.
What's your pleasure?
I'll keep the dog.
Great. That's what you should have done in the beginning, not cut yourself all your panties in a twist. Why did you file a restraining order against her, Ms. Strasser?
Because after she kept filing more and more papers with the Attorney General, and I had to respond to all of this, and it was driving me crazy. Plus, I had people coming to my property claiming they were lost.
No, just a second. Is what you're telling me you filed a restraining order because she was filing complaints?
No, not necessarily. It was mostly the people coming on my property, and she was there once. And
I'm not believing that, Ms. Strasser.
I did not take pictures. I
don't.
That.
People coming onto your property, strangers coming.
I live
onto
in a
your
very
property.
rural area. It's not likely they're lost.
Ms. Strasser, listen to me. There's a word called Strasser. It has nothing to do with Strasser. It's a Yiddish term for you giving somebody the business. You're strassering them. And I'm telling you exactly what you did. You were annoyed that she was filing reports with the Attorney General. You said, I'm going to get her. I'm going to file for a restraining order. She's going to have to now travel. That's what you did. Because that's abusing the court. That's a no-no.
She was the only one that I had any problem with. I've had numerous puppies.
You're
and no one
absolutely
ever.
right. Her reaction was nutty.
It wasn't her reaction. It was the people coming on my property, and I didn't understand it. It was the only person that could have possibly had a complaint.
Listen, that's a giant leap, and you know it. And that's why they threw out your restraining order application, right?
I didn't have pictures.
No, they threw it out because you had no case. And the reason you had no case is because you filed it because she was driving you crazy with filing complaints with the Attorney General that you had to respond to. And you said, okay, two can play at this game. I'm telling you, I know what happened. It was the wrong thing to do. I also think it was the wrong thing to do to contact the Attorney General's office.
But the AKC website. Honestly,
listen,
I wouldn't know
the
to contact
AKC
you.
is not like the Wizard of Oz. It's not like a giant thing that has a voice.
I realize that.
Behind a machine.
I realize that.
And if you have a document for me to look at that says that some person, some human being at the AKC, when you told them this story that the breeder offered you your money back, you declined because she also wanted the dog back, and they said, call the Attorney General.
The lady.
You tell me.
I don't have proof.
But you don't have proof that they said, because nobody would say that to you. They said, well, the breeder said,
Yes.
even after
Yes, they
all
did.
this time, she'll give you your money back. You're not happy? Give you your money back. Go buy another pug. She'll take the pug back. She's got, according to her, 9 pugs in the house. She'll take this one back and have 10. You don't want to do that. The Attorney General, you're ridiculous. Your case is dismissed. So's your counterclaim. We're done. You bought a car from the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
The purchase price of the car was $1,500.
Yes, ma'am.
You gave him $700.
I gave him 43 hours labor at $11 an hour.
You gave him money.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money?
300 cash.
And then you bartered for some.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much did he barter for?
$445.
$445. So that's $745 so far that you gave him towards the $1,500 purchase price.
Yes, ma'am.
And you knew him from before.
Yes, ma'am.
And you made this deal 7 or 8 months ago. On what date?
I don't remember the exact date, ma'am.
Month.
June 10th.
Now, the deal became a little more complicated because the car that he sold you, he had already sold to his nephew.
Yes, ma'am.
And I assume that there's only one other person in the room who's not a party. That would be the nephew.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had already sold the car to the nephew for how much?
$1,500.
Nephew.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money did you pay your uncle for the car?
$1,098.
Okay, sit. And you were supposed to pay him out the rest. But then you went to jail and it all got screwed up. Anyway, So far, I want to get this straight. You've got $1,098 from your nephew and $745 from the plaintiff.
Yes.
Because in June of last year, you said to the plaintiff, I'll sell you this 1998 Lincoln Town car because my nephew went to jail and he hasn't finished paying for it, but you have to go repossess it.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
So you went and got the car.
Yes, ma'am.
You still have the car.
Yeah, I do currently, yes.
By the way, who holds the title to the car?
I do.
So it's your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Then he sort of found out that he really shouldn't have taken it from his nephew. He says, you didn't finish paying for the car, which you agree you did not finish
Yes,
paying
ma'am,
for
I
the
did
ar.
not.
And we're now 9 months later that you've been driving the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? 9 months. For which you have paid, so far, $745, plus you made one other payment.
Yes, ma'am.
When?
December.
You gave him $25.
Yeah, I got they're right there. He sent me a new receipt.
You gave him $25. So $745 plus $25 is $770.
Yes, ma'am.
So now you have $1,098 from nephew, $770 from him.
Yes.
In total, $1,868 is what you have so far for this car.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus, you still have the title for the car. Am I getting it right? You got so far.
There's some missing parts.
You've got so far, no, the simple story, and I'm a very simple girl. The simple story is you have a car that you sold to your nephew for $1,500. You also sold it to the plaintiff for $1,500. But you collected from the two of them $1,868, which is $368 more than you would have gotten from either one of them if it was a clean sale. So far, are we on the same page?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, so let me deal with your counterclaim, which a counterclaim, as my grandmother would say, never counterclaim he's got. A counterclaim for $5,000. He's got a counterclaim, Mr. Martin, for $5,000, money owed for car damage, lost wages, travel expenses, and the return of the car. Are you out of your mind?
No, ma'am.
Now I'm going to tell you why you're out of your mind. Could you tell me what the Kelly Blue Book is for this 20-year-old car?
$825.
$825. So, sir, you are the only person who is now seeking $7,000 for an $800 car. Do you understand how stupid that sounds?
Yes, my countersuit was based on his suit against me saying the car is valued at $2,200.
Car is worth $800, and your countersuit was based on his lawsuit. So let me explain this to you, sir. You're not getting a penny. You've already got $1,868 from these two people in the what is, you know, a little Ponzi scheme. You sell the car to one, then you can go repossess it. You sell to somebody else, go repossess it from him. You did try to take the car back from him, didn't you?
Well,
that's either a yes or a
ma'am.
no. Go get it. I have it. Now, you, on the other hand, didn't finish paying for the car.
No, ma'am.
So you want to explain to me how you owe him? I mean, that was your deal. That was your contract with him,
Yes,
$1,500, which you didn't pay. And there's still a balance due. Let me do this on this new calculator that they put here because, believe it or not, somebody stole the calculator off my desk. So now I have to learn to work a whole new calculator, which is not easy for me. So I'm putting it on. $1,500, here's the minus sign, $770 equals $730. So you still owe him $730?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Well, then what are you suing him for $5,000 for?
Because in December 18th, I found out a couple days before from Cater's dad that he actually had gotten a title from Bobby and wanted the car picked up. Cater did.
Bottom line is, he paid more for the car than you did.
Yes, ma'am. I understand that. And when he came to my house...
Just a second. So, did your uncle give you back the money?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
The car dealership won't give me my money back if they
I'm not
repo
talking-
my car.
Now listen to me. He's your nephew. You sold it to him Let me ask you this question, sir. You sold the car for $1,500. $1,500 is all you're entitled to for the car. But you have to return your nephew's money. If I say to the plaintiff, not only am I not giving you $5,000, but you have to give him the remainder of what you owe him, and I'm going to have him sign the title over to you, so then you have the title and the car. That's what you bargained for. Then he's going to sue you, and I'm going to give him money. Do you understand?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Do you understand?
I do.
Well, if you don't understand, sir, I'm going to make it very simple for you. Take out the title.
The original
Take
deal,
out the title. I'm
the
going to make it
original
simple
deal
for you.
on the car,
I'm going to make it simple for you. In whose name is the title?
Cater Martin.
Get up. Sign the title over to the plaintiff. Now, sir, you are out $1,098 that I think you ought to get by suing your uncle. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you going to do that? Why?
Because I think my uncle is in the right for what he did.
No, he's not in the right anymore.
Well, I'm the owner on the title. Since he is the lien holder, he has the right. Since he did not
listen
make...
to me. He's going to pay him. Listen to me. He's going to pay him. Sign it. Is the defendant a lien holder, Bird, on that title?
Robert Sam Martin.
Yes.
Yep.
By you?
Yes.
Great. Fabulous. Now, here is the title to your car. On your counterclaim, instead of dismissing the entire counterclaim, which I would ordinarily do, he owes you $730. I'm awarding you $730, which means that you are now double whole. You have the $1,500 from the plaintiff that he agreed to pay you for the car. Your nephew, if he's smart, is going to sue you if you don't give him the $1,098 for the car because, in effect, you got paid for this car twice. He bought a car, which he no longer wants. I don't care.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care if it blew up. I don't care if it stopped running.
Still runs the drive.
It still runs fine, and you should have paid for the car. No excuses. It's
I had
done.
some income tax to pay it, though.
I don't care.
That was the deal.
Listen to me. That's not his problem.
Nope.
If you bought a car from Buick or Chrysler or Ford, and you said, you know what, my income tax return wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, so I can't pay you for the car, they would take your car.
Yeah. Yes.
I want you to think of him that way. Now, file a lawsuit. I'd be delighted to hear it. Got your car.
Yep.
It's yours. Title, register it, and you got your money.
I don't see how he gets the car whenever he didn't fulfill his contract on the payments. And, like, if I went to a car dealership and I bought a car...
That's why you're in court. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen.
But if in the car dealer's eyes...
Ears. That's why we're in court, to try to resolve this issue. And I've just resolved it. He's had the car for 9 months. He should have paid for it.
And he stole the car from
Just
my
as
girlfriend.
he should have paid for it. Now he paid for it. That has nothing to do with you. Your lawsuit is against your uncle. Your uncle told him to repossess the car from you.
He stole
Do
the
you
car
understand?
from my girlfriend.
Do you understand what? Do you understand that your uncle told him that you hadn't made payments to go and get the car and he would sell it to him? I just want you to say I understand that that's
I
what
understand.
happened. That's
It's on
all
the
I
same
care
concept. Me going December 25th with the laws to get the car. And the laws told me straight up I could not take the car from him unless I went down and got the title put in my name, which I was going to do that Monday, which they texted me that Monday and said that there was filing a lawsuit on us. So there was no point in me going down and having the title, him taken off the lien holder and my name put on the title because I could have went and took the car.
Shh, I want you to. It has nothing to do with you.
How not? I'm on the title. I'm the owner.
Not anymore. Not
I'd
anymore.
like to get it.
Your uncle sold it to him. That's all. We're done here. Goodbye. Mr. Copeland, the defendant is your former wife. You have 2 children, and according to what I read, you were divorced in 2006. How old are your children now?
My oldest one, Robert's 17, and Xavier's 14.
And when you divorced, Robert lived with you?
No, he was living with the grandmother. I was incarcerated.
When did Robert come to live with you?
December 2011.
And your other son?
Xavier, he moved in with me of May of last year.
Prior to that, was he living with his mother?
Yeah.
And in your divorce, was there any mention of child support?
No.
Were you incarcerated at the time of the divorce?
Yes.
Okay, so you divorced him while he was incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what was the date of your release?
July of 2007.
Haven't been back?
Nope.
Good for you. Okay, this is what the case is about. I assume that neither one of you has, over the course of the last 10 years, paid child support to the other. Is that correct?
No.
Have you paid child support to her? No.
No.
And you have not paid child support to him?
No.
Each of you had one child living with you, and that sounded like a reasonable thing to do. You took care of your son's expenses, of Xavier's expenses, and you took care of Robert's expenses. Reasonable. But last year, Xavier decided he wanted to live with you. And they're both in high school. This is what the case is about, and have many extracurricular activities. And Xavier had some dental expenses.
Robert did.
Robert had some dental expenses. And according to you, your former wife agreed to split those expenses with you, because now you have both boys living with you. And that's what you're suing for, half of those expenses, which are a little over $2,000. I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Copeland. How do you support yourself?
I just got laid off. I was working at Save Mart. I was a clerical worker. I was there for 3 years, but they just closed that company down, so I am unemployed right now.
As of what date?
August 18th.
You receive unemployment insurance benefits?
I have not received it yet, so I'm waiting. But I will be getting it, and they said I will be getting like $3.99 a week, but I have not received it at all.
Who do you
yet.
live with?
I live by myself.
What's your rent?
My rent is $700 a month.
How'd you manage to pay your rent in September?
Well, I'm not gonna have my apartment anymore, so I gave a 60-day notice, so, because I'm not gonna be able to pay it.
Where are you moving?
That I don't know yet.
You have an idea.
I think I'm probably gonna share, rent a room from somebody because I do not have the money. I'm gonna go back to school, so they're gonna pay, EDD is gonna pay for me to go to school, so.
Have you tried to find another job?
Well,
since August?
I'm going to go to school. The EDD is offering, since it was such a major layoff, they're offering to pay for us to go to school. So I want to go to learn how to take blood to be a phlebotomist. That's what I'm going to go into.
And how are you going to support yourself while you do that?
I'll get unemployment while I'm going to school. And the class that I want to take to be a phlebotomist is not very long. It's like a 4-month class before I could get my certificate. So that's what I plan on doing.
Did you discuss that with your former husband?
We really don't talk much.
Do you see both Xavier and...
Yeah, I'm supposed to get them on the 2nd and 4th weekend of the month. Although usually when it's my time to see Robert, since he's 17, he has a job, he has a girlfriend, he usually has things to do, and so he doesn't come much.
And Xavier?
Xavier comes, he comes.
When did you have this conversation with Mrs. Copeland about sharing expenses? What month?
May of last year, when Xavier moved in with me.
So he was with you September of 2015, October of 2015,
all during the summer.
November, December, the entire 2015, and part of 2016. So you did have expenses. Tell me when you first asked Mrs. Copeland to pay any of those expenses.
As soon as they started arising.
Well, let me see. Do you have anything in writing?
It's all labeled, and the pages aren't behind it. It's all the receipts.
No, I'm not looking for the receipts. I'm asking you when, Mr. Copeland, you first said to her, because then she was working in 2015, when you first said to her, I need to pay some of these expenses.
June 3rd, that's when she made the first payment, so that's basically when she's...
Your Honor, if I may approach the bench.
Just a second.
Okay.
See at the very bottom, those are when she made the payments. She was paying, had a good communication, she was paying regularly, coming $20 here, $100 here, and then just stopped. Everything just stopped.
When did it stop?
That last payment, August 9th.
August of this year?
Yeah.
When she lost her job?
No, she was still working.
And she's currently working.
She's currently working right now.
Where?
Can I sit more evidence right here?
Absolutely.
These are the screenshots where she's working. These are the ads she's working. And here's the screenshots just going up. So she's working. A lot of the days she's supposed to pick up the boys, those are the dates she's, just scroll up. Those are all the days she's been doing it. And that's how she's been supporting herself, I believe.
Could be. Should return this. This is what I'm going to suggest that you do, Mr. Copeland. You see, what you're doing is you're coming to me, you and your former wife made an agreement instead of going to family court and saying, well, we each don't have a child living with us anymore. what we have is we have me taking care of both boys. So I need a formal order, or we can work it out. If you went to family court and got a formal order, if she was working, and she was working then, she would have had to have paid a certain amount of money to you for the support of both children. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You chose to deal with this in another way, independently, which is fine. And she was paying you bits of money, 20 here,
Yeah.
40 here, 100 here. But at this point, she's coming in and she's saying to me, I have no regular source of income. And if you were in family court, she would be making a request for the family court order of support to be suspended while she's unemployed, or take a certain amount of money from her unemployment insurance every week, which you would be entitled to. What kind of work do you do?
Maintenance worker? No.
You work for the same company? Explain that to me.
Prior to the beginning of the year, I was working the refineries. That's like a contractor job, off and on. So I got hired on as a maintenance worker at a bottling plant. So I full time.
And you're remarried?
Yeah.
This is your wife? She works?
Yep.
You have any other children other than these two boys?
Yep.
How old are they?
7, 9, and 10.
And the 7, 10, and 9-year-olds are your biological
Just
children?
the youngest one.
Just the 7-year-old?
Yeah.
And the 9 and 10-year-old are yours from previous marriage, but you work?
Yes, I do work.
So it's very nice that you want to go to school, and I think it's probably a very wise idea. But you will be collecting unemployment, and this is the path that you chose. You have to pay him money out of your unemployment insurance every week. Well, how much do you intend to pay him?
I have no problem giving anything. Like, he's going after me for child support. I have to go to court on November. I just received that in the mail too. So I'll be going to child support court on November 16th, I believe. I'm going to child support. Oh yeah, 15th of November.
That will be taken care of? Yes.
I'm on a divorce. They said the child support was to be reserved. The child support I'm going after for November this is from stuff from behind us. The child support is a whole different thing.
No, it isn't.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, it isn't. If she was paying you consistently until she lost her job, which your memo, which you prepared for this case, seems to indicate, and she was in fact contributing something until her circumstance changed, and that was well over a year, right? You're going to have to go to court and get an order of support. And you can ask the court to make it retroactive to a date in August.
Okay.
And they will fix what they deem to be a reasonable order retroactively. But I'm not getting involved with, I just bought Xavier a jacket and your portion of the jacket is $25. I mean, you did the right thing by taking her to court. She should be paying child support. Your wife has children, she works, she contributes to their support. Well, so did she.
Can I approach the bench?
Sure. No, don't approach the bench. You can stand there.
Okay, thank you.
No, there.
Okay, so the reason that we had started to document this and the reason that we are coming here today is because the payments were never consistent. Just to give you an example, Robert had his braces that were coming up. The down payment was $500. I had given her a 6-month period to make that payment, which we had never received a payment towards that in 6 months.
So why didn't you go back to court then?
Because there was never a court order.
But that's what you're doing now.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So the verbal agreement was working very well for us. We were having a very good open communication. We were receiving payments, okay? That is correct. 8 months ago, we noticed that there had been a decline in her behavior. We were doing things as a family prior to that. It came abruptly to a stop. Her behavior changed 8 months ago. 4 months ago, it was complete stop of making the payments and the communication. That's why we're here today, is because we are now dealing with financial responsibility of the braces, which was...
Is what you're really talking about the braces? Because I'm telling you, I'm not getting involved in a jacket.
The braces?
Cross stick.
The braces, yes.
Fine. Then let's talk about the braces.
Okay.
Who were the braces for?
Robert.
Now, Robert was initially your responsibility.
Yeah.
He's lived with you. When did you have the discussion with your former wife about the braces for Robert?
January.
January of this year. How much were the braces?
Braces.
Mrs. Copeland, how much were the braces?
I believe they were like $2,000 and something, which I have medical. I have Kaiser for the next 3 months. Even though I got laid off, I still have medical. And my Kaiser paid for some of those braces.
Just a second.
But I think it's like $2,000, something
Just
like
a second.
that.
Were the braces $2,000?
$5,800.
I'd like to see it.
That's the additional cost.
Now, you had a discussion with her in January. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yes.
Did any of her insurance cover any portion of the braces?
Yes, it did.
How much?
$1,200. It's right there on the paper.
I have insurance as well that covers them.
So it was a double insurance.
Yes.
Okay, so your out-of-pocket expenses were half of this $5,800.
Yes.
Did you make any payments whatsoever other than insurance?
I believe that I did come and bring Gary some money for the braces. I don't know if it was like when I made like the $100 and something payment, but it was something towards. I know I got it. They were like it was supposed to be 67 something a month I was supposed to give them, and I did go and take Gary a payment.
Okay, let us say that she owes half of what the balance was, which was $2,400 after insurance, which would bring her portion down to $1,200. Did she make any payments towards the $1,200?
The one payment.
For?
$68 she gave me.
And that's what you remember? Okay. Your child support obligations are going to be fixed by a court in November. I certainly hope that the court sets an amount that's reasonable, but it should be consistent because they should be able to rely on you contributing to the support of your minor children, no different from if you were a guy who decided to go back to school. Going back to school is very nice, but you have children and you have a responsibility to them. I think that you did acknowledge that you agreed to pay for half of the unreimbursed dental costs for your son, because that's evidenced by the fact that you said, I did make a payment, right? Your portion was $1,200. If you made a $67 payment, the balance is $1,133, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff. They're done.
I believe that she made the right decision.
I'm happy with the decision.
I just think they're kind of money hungry right now.
For the kids, I go without and she don't.
When my kids turn 18, I don't have to deal with him anymore.
I'm happy with that.
Really choose who you have your kids with, because you have to deal with them for the rest of your life.
Do what's right for the kids and don't worry about the eggs.
Each of you tells a different story about an event that occurred a couple of years ago where you allege, Mr. Shui, that you were injured by the defendant who you say punched you.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what I'm visualizing from the story, and then I'm going to let you pick it up. You were going to a restaurant.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of restaurant?
It was a breakfast brunch cafe.
Where? In what city?
In San Mateo, California.
Who were you there with?
My father, my brother, my mother, my aunt, and my uncle.
How many people were you?
6 people total, including me.
And the restaurant was busy.
Yes.
So according to what I read, you were waiting outside.
Yes, that's correct.
Were there other people also waiting outside for a table?
Yes, about 15 to 20 people.
What time of the day was it?
It was around noontime.
And what day of the week?
It was Sunday.
You remember the date?
It was the 20th of December, 2015.
And you decided that you had to use the restroom.
Yes, that's correct.
So you were going into the restaurant.
Correct.
Mr. Pogue and his family had been having brunch and were finished. Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And who were you with?
I was with my wife and our 2 sons, Isaiah and Alan.
How old are they?
They are 8 and 9 years old.
And you got up to leave, you paid your bill, and according to what I read, pretty consistent on both sides, you were holding the door open for your wife.
That's correct,
So
Your
that
Honor.
she and the children could leave.
Right.
And the appropriate thing is for you to wait until he's not holding the door for you. He's holding the door for his wife, to wait until his wife and children leave, then take the door from him and go in, right? That's not what you did. What you did was scoot past them to go into the restaurant. Not a tragedy, rude.
Sure.
And that's what he said to you.
Correct.
He said, according to you, that was rude. Is that what he said?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what did you say?
I said, I'm not rude, you're rude.
Well, so then you were wrong, because I'm telling you, you were rude.
Your Honor, he was taking a long time. When he opened the door, his wife was nowhere near the door. And because he was taking a prolonged period of time, I decided to squeeze in first.
You were rude.
Maybe so.
Right. And he called you out on it. He said you were rude. Even if you think that his wife was taking too long, you were still wrong because he wasn't rude. You think him telling you that you were rude was why he was rude?
Yes, I felt like the tone, the voice that he said that in.
You didn't like his tone?
No.
Did you grow up in California?
Yes.
They talk an awful lot about tones and feelings here in California.
Sure do.
It's a hurt right there. You grow up in Brooklyn, you're not so interested in your feelings. You're interested in getting across the street.
Sure.
So you didn't like his tone. So his tone you thought was rude. Now I think I have created the word picture for people out there. You're rude. No, you're rude. Pick it up from there.
Yes, Your Honor. After that, he left the restaurant. I went to the bathroom as I had planned to do, and I washed my hands. I used the toilet, and then I headed back out to...
In that order?
No, not in that order, Your Honor. Toilet first, then the sink, and then I left.
I'm just curious. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible, but
And then I went to go meet my family, who was outside. And as I was leaving the restaurant, right as I approached the front door, I saw Mr. Pogue come into the restaurant with a different outfit than I had first seen him in. And he said, "Hey, do you want to fight me? You want to challenge, tough guy?"
No.
And then I told him to back up because he was trying to get in my face. You know, he was...
Okay, and this conversation is taking place in the restaurant, outside the restaurant?
It was immediately inside the restaurant, right inside the doorway.
Is there a vestibule?
No.
So it's right at the door, but you're inside the restaurant. Okay, is the door open or closed?
Closed.
Keep going.
And then I told Mr. Pogue to back up. I said, "Hey, back up, back up, don't touch me," because he was getting really close to me.
So he got very close to you.
Yes.
And
I asked him to back up.
You told me that already.
Yes.
And
he did back up, and he turned around to leave the restaurant. And right as he stepped foot outside the restaurant, I had also stepped foot outside the restaurant, and the door closed behind us. And then Mr. Pogue suddenly turned around, and he said, "Hey, tough guy." And then he hit me in the mouth with a closed fist.
Okay. So when you said, "Hey, get away from me," who exited the restaurant first?
Mr. Pogue did.
Okay. And you were going outside to see your family.
Correct.
Now you have a nut whose family is gone. He went to the car, changed his outfit.
Correct.
To come back into the restaurant, you think, to look for you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And now you're both standing at the door. And you say he's in your face, but his back is to the door, right? And he was moving closer to you because you say he was in your face.
Correct.
And you say to him, so now you see this nut is sort of confronting you, Mr. Shu. And you say, "Get away from me. You're in my face, you're in my space." So Mr. Pogue has to turn around. So now he's facing the door, and he goes out the door.
Correct.
An intelligent young man would say, "You know what? I'm going to stay in here for a minute and let him leave." That's what an intelligent young man would do. Would say, "Well, because I haven't started with him yet. I have somebody who's aggressive, who clearly came back looking for trouble. It appears that I have averted trouble because he's leaving. I don't think I'm going to go right back to join my family. The table wasn't ready. They weren't giving it to somebody else."
Right.
So what did you go outside for?
I didn't think that there would be further
You didn't
aggression.
think?
No.
You weren't thinking all morning. You weren't thinking. You weren't thinking when you scooted in, when he was holding the door. You weren't thinking when this nut job who went to his car, changed his clothes, came back looking for a fight. You said, "You want to fight me?" And he said, "Nah, I'm leaving." And he turns around and leaves, and you follow him right outside.
Well, Your Honor, the entire confrontation happened so quickly, I didn't have time to think.
Okay. And he punched you.
Yes.
In the face.
Yes.
And this case dragged on in the criminal court for 2 years. And were there ever any charges filed?
Yes, 2 misdemeanor charges are filed, but they were dismissed due to lack of evidence.
They were dismissed. Okay, and that's why you're here now 2 years later, because you want some financial compensation for being hit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pogue, you want to tell me your version of the events?
Absolutely, I do, Your Honor.
So
the initial contact.
The initial contact we understand.
Right.
You're holding the door for your wife.
Right.
Mr. I can't wait to go to the bathroom.
Right. He walks
Scoots
through my
in.
wife. He actually physically walks through her. It's not
Well,
like
he
she
didn't
was.
walk through her.
He did.
He can't walk through your wife. She's not an invisible person. He can't
Well,
walk through your wife.
in terms
but he
of
walked
physically,
around her.
In her space. He actually
I got
touched her.
I got
Okay.
exactly what he did.
Okay.
I got to say he was being stupid. it usually requires nothing more than a look. When somebody does that to me, if I'm holding the door for one of my grandchildren and some idiot scoots in and doesn't let that child go, I look at him like this. Idiot.
Yeah. Well, I said it in terms of you're rude, and he got
That
close
was
enough to my
actually
face.
nicer than I would have done.
It wasn't. He was aggressive. He got in my face close enough to spit in my face and tell me that I'm rude. Okay.
Okay.
So
No,
at this point,
when he said no, you're rude.
exactly
I got exactly
Right.
I got exactly what happened.
with the spit and
I got
the
exactly
physical.
what happened.
Okay, so I get my family to the car. I put on a jacket and I walk back in the restaurant.
There we go, Mr. Pogue. Now that's your problem.
That is a problem, only to confront him about, not physically, to tell him, to reiterate with him that he was rude for what he did.
Mr. Pogue, unnecessary. You agree?
I agree.
And let me tell you who else told you it was unnecessary. She did, because you go to the car, you put her in the car with your 2 children. Did you tell him, forget it, let it go? No. That's what I'm asking you. That's either a yes or a no. Did you tell him, forget it, let it go?
Yes.
Stand up for 1 minute. I'm not trying to put you in difficult circumstance. Were you annoyed that he left you and the boys in the car while he went back to confront this guy?
Well, the problem is that the car was right there, like 5 steps
to get
off, from the door. So it was really fast. He just went there, opened the door for me again in the car, and then he went back in.
How could somebody so polite, I've been married to for 40 years. I've been opening car doors for myself for 40 years. You have somebody who holds the door open for you?
He's a good husband.
Right?
Yes.
And opens the car door for you?
Yes.
So from where you were sitting in the car, you could see what was going on?
Well,
That's either a yes or a no.
To tell you the truth, no.
Good. That's all. I know. I want you to lie to me. Now, you put on a jacket to go and confront him.
Not to confront him, Your Honor, to tell him that he was to reiterate that he was rude again.
I think that the word you used before was to confront him, to reiterate that he was rude.
Right. Confront doesn't always mean physically.
I didn't say it was physical.
Okay.
Keep going.
So
Yeah.
I walked in the restaurant. The young man was standing inside the door, obviously waiting for his table. He was not walking out the door. I walked up to him. I told him he was rude again. Again, he approached me in my face, backed me out the door. I told him to take his hands off me. He's
Just
close
said
enough.
when he backed you out the door,
Right.
where were his hands?
On my body.
Where on your body?
On my torso. He's leaning over me. This kid stands 6'3". He's leaning over me. He backed me up 10, 15 feet out the door. Told him again to take his hands off me. At that point, he didn't. He kept coming forward.
Okay.
I did not punch him. I struck him with a forearm. That's how
Whether you
close he
punched
was
him or
to
not,
me.
if he put his hands on you first, then he deserved whatever he got. Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
Did you put your hands on him is my question.
Absolutely not.
I'd like to see the police report.
Sure. Here's the police report.
Okay. Did you have a medical bill, Mr. Shu?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Sure. Your Honor, if I could explain the bill. As a result of the attack and the punch to my face, I was wearing braces at the time. And
I know the police officer noticed a small scratch inside your cheek.
actually, I have photos that show the laceration, and the laceration was
I'd like to see it.
not what I would describe as small.
I suppose that depends upon whether it's happened to you or somebody else.
Sure.
This is your problem, Mr. Pogue. Your problem is it was all over. I read the police report. Have you read it?
I have not had a chance to read it. They
Well,
wouldn't
I'd
allow
like
me
you to
have
read it. There was a person who was there, who was a witness, who was interviewed by the police. Because when the police came, of course, your story was that he put his hands on you first. He may have gotten the short end of the stick after a confrontation, but he placed his hands on you first. My problem with your behavior, Mr. Pogue, is that you shouldn't have gone back into the restaurant. And not only shouldn't you have gone back into the restaurant, but you went back into the restaurant after changing your clothes, putting on a jacket and a beanie, had a jacket, beanie, and a toothpick.
Your
right?
Honor, it was December. It was 30 degrees outside.
Your wife just told me that the car was 5 feet away from the restaurant. That's what she just told me. So you didn't have to get all warmed up to go inside 5 feet. You actually walked into the restaurant It didn't change that much in temperature. If anything, it usually gets warmer during the day. So when you went into the restaurant, it was colder. You went into the restaurant without a jacket. When you went back and dropped your wife off, what you want me to believe is the world stopped turning on the axis the way it usually does. It got colder after brunch. Now, you're a grown man, Mr. Pogue. If somebody calls you rude and you think that they're rude, that comes under the category of sticks and stones will break my bones. You thought that you were going to change his impression of your behavior, calling him rude? Nothing that you would have said to him was going to change. He is very sure of himself. I think his behavior was silly, but your behavior was stupid, and your behavior caused this incident. Judgment
Your
for
Honor,
the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. We're done.
I think the young man learned a valuable lesson that day.
I think her decision was excellent. She clearly saw through this man's intentions.
Look at the man. He stands 6'3" tall. I'm 5'9".
He came looking for a fight.
I'm a grown man. I can take care of myself.
He has no excuse to hit someone.
I always get nervous when I see people with a whole lot of papers in front of them, especially people who have been in an ongoing custody problem for 2 years. So I'm going to simplify this for you, because sometimes in this job I have to handle cases that I know absolutely nothing about historically. I know everything about this case, despite the fact I've never seen you. The two of you were together, you had a child, and you separated in 2015. And since that time, there has been an ongoing acrimonious relationship which culminated just recently in a custody decision. So far, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. And the custody decision was something that you didn't like because it awarded Mr. Kittle, according to what I read, 50-50 custody. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is something that you did not initially agree to.
It's okay with me that the decision was
That's
made.
not what I said. I said you did not initially agree with it. The answer is, if you initially agreed with it, it wouldn't have been in court for how long?
It's a year and a half, so almost
A year and a half. Because if you would agreed with, is it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
If you agreed with your son spending half the time with each parent, you wouldn't have been in court for a year and a half. That a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So now, this is what your lawsuit is for. First of all, how old was your son when you separated?
2.
2.
And I'm not going to ask Ms. Kraft this question because she didn't give me a truthful answer when she swore to her complaint. How long were the two of you living together prior to separating?
3.5 years.
That is untrue, Judge.
What?
That is untrue.
I read what you wrote here. Mr. Kittle,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
your son was born, was Ms. Kraft living with you?
Yes, she was.
Was his birth a natural birth?
Yes,
Who took her to the hospital?
I did.
Not her mother.
No, not her mother.
You did.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know she said that.
Just a second.
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Okay.
You did.
Yes.
I never said my mother took me. We were on our way to a barbecue at his father's house that day.
Listen to me. I don't believe a word of what's in your papers. Do you understand? You said, I never lived with him. I always lived with my mother, but all my things and my son's things were at his house just because.
Not all my things.
Let me see.
Some of my things.
Just a second. What you said was, Christopher and I dated for 4 years, have a 3-year-old son. We never lived together, but I was keeping my and my son's stuff there, furniture, TV, toys, etc., at his house because I was living with my mother.
Because we were planning on moving in together and getting married and having a
I don't
family.
believe what you're saying. Anyway, 2 years later, you want all this stuff back.
I wanted it back
I'm not
from day
asking you a
one.
question. I told you I don't believe you. You just have to understand. I read it. I didn't believe it when I read it. And I for sure don't believe it now. Because there's no question. Son was born. He drove you to the hospital. Who took her home from the hospital?
I did.
Of course.
I have a
And when
text-
you...
Sorry.
I'll get to you. I mean, if you want to make a fool of yourself, you can do that. I'll be more than happy to let you do that. When you took her home from the hospital with your son, was there a room ready for your son?
Yes.
Was there a crib there?
Yes.
Who bought it?
Her aunt bought the crib.
Her aunt bought the crib.
Right.
And had it delivered where?
To my house.
Her
That
aunt
is
who?
incorrect.
Her aunt who?
I don't remember her name. Her dad's sister. I don't remember her name. Laura, I think it is.
It was delivered to my house. It has the address, and I have a receipt with my address on it at my mother's house.
I don't care. I don't believe you. Neither did the family court judge. That's why he was awarded 50-50 custody.
I have a message from Christopher claiming that I never lived at his house.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Now, That's your case. Was there a trial with regard to custody?
Yes, ma'am, there was.
Did each of you have an attorney?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
You have an attorney?
Yes.
How many witnesses did you call? Called yourself?
Yes.
Who else?
My mother.
Who else?
I think that was it. They also called police officers.
They called the police officers from an incident allegedly 2 years ago.
Yes.
And after the entire case, what happened to the temporary restraining order that you filed against him?
It got dismissed.
Dismissed.
Mhm.
Okay. And how many allegations did you file against him with the Department of Children and Family Services?
2.
And what happened with those cases?
I'm not sure. I think
Nothing.
they were, nothing.
Nothing. And the judge, after you filed those cases, awarded him half custody. What days do you have your son with you?
It was 5 or 6 DCFS reports, and I have my kid Friday. Every Friday we swap, so it's 50-50. So I pick him up at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then, vice versa.
And how long has that been going on?
Since she did the order of protection on me, so 2 years.
So that's been in effect for 2 years?
Yes. They consolidated both the custody and the order of protection to save us some money.
When was this final order delivered by the court after the
March
trial?
31st. The judgment you're talking about, the custody judgment?
I'd like to see it, please.
Okay.
And the order of protection ended November 18th, 2016.
And I highlighted with the juicy stuff.
And I never objected
I'm not
to
s-
the 50. Sorry.
These were the findings of the court after a full trial. Although the parties never married, they lived together for the first 2 years of life and were engaged to be married. They split up in the fall of 2015, and mother moved in with her mother. After this case was filed, a temporary order of protection which provided for week-on, week-off parenting time. So that's what the judge found. I didn't even read this. After a full trial, that's what the court found, that you and defendant lived together.
So it doesn't even matter that he admitted I never lived with him and I have that message?
Listen to me carefully. It matters to me what the court found after a full trial.
But we're not here about custody right now because it's still an open case.
I'm not listening to you. I'm reading. You have another child from another relationship who was living with whom when you were living with Mr. Kittle?
With me and my mother, and we'd stay
Okay,
the
so
night at
the
Mr.
child-
Kittle's house.
I can't get a straight answer from you. Who was the child living with?
With me.
Her older child.
Yes.
He was not. He was
I'm not
attending
listening to
school
you.
in Belleville. He doesn't have any proof that I was living with him either, and I
Very
have proof
good. Your
that I
case is
wasn't.
dismissed. Primarily because you didn't listen 3 times when I told you not to speak. But mostly because you have no case. And you better get used to the fact that when you make a baby with somebody, that baby has 2 parents.
I understand.
Not just, no, clearly you don't. Clearly you don't. Because after everything was done and you got a final custody decision, which I haven't even finished reading, but it was clear that the judge didn't believe a lot of what you said from my quick perusal of this decision. What happens unless you learn to get along with each other and co-parent this child is, and I'm telling you from reading what little I did from this judge's order, he's going to end up with full custody of the child because this judge is not going to take nonsense from you. It's clear to me. I'm just telling you, this judge who heard your case is not going to take nonsense from you. If you find a reason to fudge with the custody arrangement, because this man is not giving up. And what happens in situations like this is if there is an obstreperous parent who undercuts another parent, what's going to happen is you're going to lose custody of this child. I just want you to understand. I'm giving you the benefit of my crystal ball. He's keeping all the stuff that's in his house.
Even though
the
I have
judge found
receipts.
I don't care if you have receipts. I don't care if you have toilet paper from here to Pluto. The judge found that you lived together and that you were unemployed since 2008. Do you want me to read the finding?
Yes, my mother bought
just
all the
right
items.
here.
I even have
Just-
bank statements.
Mother lives in Belleville with her mother, her brother, her 8-year-old son was born of a previous relationship. Mother is a student. She was last employed in 2008. So
a
that when you were
full-time
living with
student.
him, when you were living with him for 2 years, unless you had some other form of income, he was supporting you.
My mother.
Your case is dismissed.
He
Listen to me.
never-
Listen to me.
he
Her
never
case
supported
is
anything of mine.
dismissed.
I got to
Listen to me carefully. I read your counterclaim, which you would never have filed but for this ridiculous lawsuit that she filed.
No.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Because I
just wanted to be over.
What? You want it over.
Right.
I understand that,
Right.
and you're right.
I just want my
She's-
property.
You can't have it. It's not yours.
It is mine. I
Your
have
case is
receipts for it,
dismissed.
and it
We're
was
done.
paid
Put her
for.
out.
Ma'am, you're excused.
You're withdrawing your counterclaim, correct? Yes, you are.
Oh, well, the deductible. Can I just...
We're done.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Burns, this is your complaint. You had purchased a car.
Yes.
You were behind in the payments.
Yes.
Mr. Kimball owns a tow truck, and it is his job on behalf of lending institutions to repossess property that has not been paid for. So your car was parked either on the street or in your house.
Yes, in front of my house.
And this was September 25th last year. Neighbor came to you in your house and said, someone's taking your car. You got outside and you saw Mr. Kimball in his tow truck down the street with your car attached.
No.
Tell me where you saw his car.
I observed Mr. Kimball at the end, like a block away on the passenger side of my car, removing items. At the same time, I was talking to the police when the neighbor had came and got me. I live in a high crime neighborhood area, and first thing she said, it's a black tow truck, and they took your car and went and rode off.
So the car was attached to the tow truck.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Now, at the time, you knew that you were behind in payments on the car.
Actually, I had spoken with the guy who...
At the time, you were behind in payments on the car. You acknowledge it.
Yes,
here.
I knew I owed something.
Right. So, an intelligent man would know that if you were behind in payments on the car, they may come and get it. Not definitely, but they may come and get it. Well, that was what he was hired for. Who hired you to do this job?
Northwest Repossession.
Do you know who hired Northwest Repossession?
The company would be Quality Auto Sales.
Did you buy your car at Quality Auto Sales?
Yes.
Well, they're the people that hired his company to get their property back. So tell me what you did.
Okay, when I observed Mr. Kimball at the end of the block removing items, I caught him on the passenger side of my car. At the same time, I was talking to 911 because I figured my car was being stolen. I had spoke to the person who I previously bought the car from, and everything was fine.
I don't believe that, and you don't have that person here.
Okay.
Okay, because the person that you bought the car from hired his company to repossess your car.
Okay, at the same time.
Okay. So now, just tell me what you did.
Okay, I talked to the police. I asked him who was he. He never identified who he was.
Just a second. I want to know what you did. You ran to the end of the block where he was.
No, we drove to the end of the block and I observed him.
Who drove?
My wife did.
So your wife drove in her car?
Yes.
To the end of the block, and then what did you do?
I was on the phone with 911 and I told them that I see the guy right there.
Just a second. I didn't ask you what you told anybody.
Okay, I didn't do
what
anything. I approached him and asked him who was he.
Just a second. So you approached him?
Yes.
Where was he when you approached him?
The passenger side of the car.
And what did he say to you?
He didn't say anything. He just got up and ran around to the driver's side of the tow truck. And by me living in a high crime neighborhood area, if he would have told me who he was, the situation would have been ended. He didn't identify himself or who he was or who had sent him. It's normally known in my neighborhood. I just live in Chicago. High crime area, and they known for taking cars on tow trucks and driving off. You never find your car again. I asked him who was he. He never identified himself in a professional manner. So I proceeded to talk to the police. I'm like, he right here. He tried to run around and jump in the car. When he jumped in the tow truck, he tried to close the door, and I'm like, he never identified. I'm like, who are you? I'm steady asking him, who is he? He never said anything. So I'm telling the police, next thing I know, he put the truck in drive and almost hit me with the tow truck, so I had to grab on to the handle. It's a safety bar on the side of the tow truck when he drove off like in a high rate of speed. So I wasn't finna let him get out of my sight because he never identified himself. I feel if he would have identified himself.
I know that you said that already. What I'm hearing is, and reading,
yes,
that you wrote, you jumped on the sideboard.
Yes.
Okay, you jumped on the sideboard and held onto the sideboard.
Yes.
And he was driving off.
Yes.
At a high rate of speed.
Yes.
And then what happened?
He veered on the south side of the street, crashing into some parked cars with me stuck in between the doors.
Now you tell me your version, because we'll get to what the lawsuit is about, because he filed charges against you for assault.
Yes.
You say that they were false. Now he's going to tell me his version of the events. Go.
Hi, Your Honor.
Okay, you were hired, that's your job, to repossess property that hasn't been paid for.
Correct.
You got an order to pick up his car.
Correct.
Start from there.
Okay, so I picked the vehicle up, Your Honor, about 7 blocks away. I secured the vehicle.
How many blocks away from his house?
About 7 blocks.
Go ahead.
So as I was securing the vehicle to my tow truck, Mr. Burns came up to me and he was very defensive.
Don't tell me what you thought about his posture.
Okay, he asked me, what were you doing? What are you doing?
And what did you say?
I said, sir, your car's up for repossession. He said, the car's not up for repossession. He got aggressive, started coming towards me. I backed up. I kept backing up and I went in my truck. He said, put the vehicle down before I beat your, excuse my language. I told him I can't put the vehicle down until I close the door. He did not want to hear that. He stood on the running board. I put the vehicle on drive because it was already secure. I started driving at a slow speed. And he grabbed onto the steering wheel, and then we had smacked into a car. Prior to this, before he had jumped on a running board, he hit me in my side about 2 or 3 times.
Where was he when he hit you in your side?
He's standing on the running board of the truck.
Okay, so he's standing on the running board of the truck, and you're inside the truck.
Correct, I'm sitting.
And he's standing on the running board.
Correct.
And how did he hit you?
He punched me to the side, so like in my ribs. So if I'm sitting here right now, and he's standing right here, he would hit me in my side.
Where was the car that he drove up in?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
You didn't see a car?
Well, he was parked in the street in the city streets, so every car is parallel parking. There's tons of...
From his house, he said his wife drove him to where you were.
Okay.
Did you see her?
When he approached, there was a female in the car, yes.
Did you see what she was doing as this was going on?
She was just sitting in the vehicle.
Now, when you say you secured the vehicle, what do you have to do to secure the vehicle?
You have to put a safety chain on the vehicle, so the vehicle, when you drive away, it doesn't fall off. So for safety
But you
features,
did, in fact, drive it away a certain,
Yes.
you said a few blocks.
Correct.
How was it attached to the tow truck then?
Well, because when you pick the vehicle up, it has closet mechanism that sits where the tires are. So it sits on the tow truck. You can continue to drive away, but you go to a certain distance to secure it. This way, when you're on the highway or something, you know, if the car, if it was to fall off, it's not going to hit somebody or et cetera.
Okay. So then you stopped, when you felt it was safe, you stopped to secure it.
Correct.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. And do you have the work order to pick up the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd also like to take a look at that. Do you have any other police report?
No, this is all they gave me, ma'am.
Do you have any police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
Upon the accident, when the police arrived on the scene, I left in the ambulance because I was injured. And when I got there, they signed me out, and they came with that charge that he talking about that I hit him. That's what the officer said. Not the police officer, but the sergeant. Because the other officers was like, man, we didn't even have time for this. You know, you should have left the scene. That's what the black officers, they was just saying all type of observe.
Just a second. Don't tell me what anybody said to you,
Okay.
Mr. Burns.
Okay.
You were wrong.
No.
You were wrong.
No,
He
ma'am.
had authorization to take, just pay attention.
Okay.
He had authorization to take your car. You had no business. You had no business to get on the running board of his truck to endanger him, other people that may be out there. I know you're shaking your head no. I know you're shaking your head no. Bottom line is, he had the right to have possession of your car. That's what this order says. He had the right to have possession of your car. You had no right to take control of his car by getting on the running board. And because you did that, you caused an accident. Miss Russell, did you and Mr. McNulty ever live together?
Yes, we did.
From when to when?
We lived together from September 1st to November 12th.
Of last year?
Yes, of 2016.
But that was after your daughter was born?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm talking about prior to her birth.
No.
And at the time that she was born, were you and the defendant still dating?
No.
When had you stopped dating?
In September of 2015.
Your complaint indicated, the first couple of lines, that Mr. McNulty did not know he had a child due to some, use the word mix-up, for the first 4 months of her life.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a mix-up because there was someone else who was originally named as the father?
There was. I was dating someone.
Okay. So there was someone else who was named as the father. And what prompted you to take another step towards finding that Mr. McNulty, who actually had a paternity test, was the father of the child?
He contacted me asking for it, paternity test.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Honestly, it was crazy how I found out about it. I just found out through a picture online, and I saw that the child looked like me, and I just kind of had this crazy hunch that it might be mine, so I contacted her and got the paternity test done. And
just a minute. When you contacted her, where was she living?
it was Lafayette, Indiana, which is about an hour and a half from me, almost 2 hours.
With whom?
Her sister.
And in what month was that?
I can't tell you exactly. I want to say it was around September.
So you're talking about September of 2016?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you found out that this little girl was yours, according to what I read, you invited her to come to move into your house.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I invited her to be closer to my daughter, and I told her that she could live with me until she got on her feet, found her own place. I wanted to be closer to my daughter, and I just wanted to be friends with her, co-parent.
Do you have any other children?
I do not.
Do you have any other children?
No.
And I assume you didn't have your own place to live?
Not at the time, no.
When you moved into Mr. McNulty's house, you have a house?
Yes, ma'am.
How many bedrooms are in the house?
3.
Your daughter had 1 bedroom?
Correct.
Did you have the other?
Yes.
And Mr. McNulty the third?
Yes.
So you were living there as 2 parents of a child. You were not a couple. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Now, an incident occurred in September wherein you claimed that Mr. McNulty damaged your car, took your cell phone, and threw your property out.
He threw some of my belongings out, not all of them, and it was in November.
Would you like to explain to me, Ms. Russell, why this man who actually tried, at least on the surface, tried to do everything in an appropriate fashion, contacted you to find out whether he had a child, bore the expense probably of a paternity test, found out that this was in fact his child, and you were, for all intents and purposes, homeless. You didn't have your own residence. He invited you to come to stay in his house, your own bedroom, because he wanted to, he uses the word co-parent, he wanted to be closer to his child. You want to tell me why he would do such dastardly things? You want to tell me what happened?
He came home with a woman, and I told her to leave, and she didn't know that there was a baby and another woman there. So she agreed to leave.
She didn't know there was a baby and another woman there?
Yes.
You mean you, the other woman?
Me and my child. She had no idea we were there, and she gladfully left.
Okay.
He, in a rage, headbutted me twice, threw me against a wall. I got away from him by pushing all I could away from the wall. And running to get my cell phone to call the police, which I did. The operator told me to go into the...
Don't tell me what the operator told you.
I went into my daughter's bedroom. There are no locks on any of the doors in the house, not even the bathroom. So I tried holding her door shut until the police arrived. And I was instructed to get out of the house.
Don't tell me what you were instructed to do.
Okay.
Just tell me what you did, what he said to you, what you said to him.
So I was able to get out of the house with our daughter, and the police came. They took our statements, and they instructed him
Don't
not...
tell me what they said unless you have a police report.
I do have,
I'd like
2.
to take a look at it. Well, it appears that from the police reports, at least, after speaking to you, that you did not report to the police that he head-butted you twice. What the police officer noted after conversation with you, that you told the female to leave. She stated that Corey became angry, pushed her, and put his forehead against hers. That's what the officer said.
That was incorrect.
That's what the officer said.
Mm-hmm.
She had no complaint of pain and no visible marks of abuse. She further stated she really didn't want him going to jail, but separated from her for the night. He argued with the police, probably a little drunk, but
I was
totally
more
wrong.
upset
Not
about getting kicked out of my own
wrong
house.
that you were being kicked out of your own house, where plaintiff neither pays any of the bills,
Yes,
nor
ma'am.
is it her home. However, you did separate to the extent that you slept it off in the garage.
No, negative, ma'am.
Where did you sleep?
I went to my buddy's down the street after the police officer told me to leave. He gave me the option to go to jail or leave, so I left.
Okay. Did you come back the next morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What time?
It was around 7:30.
Okay. And when he came back at 7:30, I want you to tell me what happened.
He never left. I saw him walk in through the garage, which he was sleeping in his sleeping bag in the garage.
Fine. So he was, but he didn't bother you. Whether he was sleeping at his friend's down the street or in a sleeping bag in the garage, he wasn't near you for the rest of the night.
He was instructed not to come into the house.
Listen to me carefully. Not to come into his own home. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. You have 3 complaints. Your complaint is that he took your phone.
Yes.
That he damaged your car, and that he has your stuff. I've read the police reports. So let me tell you what the police say you told them. The second police report indicates that you went to the police because he was still there. And when the police came back with you because you couldn't find your cell phone. And when you came back with a police officer who notes that Miss Russell advised that she wanted to gather a few things from the home and that she would be going to stay with a family friend. That was the next morning. Officer Vasquez went back to Miss Russell's residence and observed Corey had placed all of her belongings in bags outside of the residence. Miss Russell gathered what she could fit in her vehicle and advised she would need to come back later for the rest of the items. Miss Russell further advised that she noticed a dent in her 2007 Jeep Patriot and believed Corey may have done it, but wasn't for sure.
I was certain.
Just a second. That's what it says. Noticed a dent. She believed he might have done it, wasn't for sure. Miss Russell was able to leave the scene without incident. I want you to tell me, what proof do you have for the 3 things we're talking about? What proof do you have that he took your phone?
So when I went to sleep the morning of the incident, when he was supposed to leave the house, all 3 of the bedroom doors in the hallway were open. When I woke up, one was closed, and my phone that was sitting on my nightstand on my charger was gone.
Where's her phone?
I don't know, ma'am. The police escorted me out of the premises.
Next. I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep. I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep.
He admitted to me that he did it.
Okay. When was that?
The morning of around 7:30, when I was on my way out to go to the police station to make the report. I looked at my vehicle and I angrily said, "You dented my Jeep," and he said, "Oh well."
I did not say that, ma'am, no.
Next.
Next. The officer who made the note that all of my things were on the porch, they were not all of my things. I did not go into the house and collect my things. Him and his stepfather put my clothes in bags and some of my small belongings. I even have a picture
Just a second. Do you want to tell me what you claim he still has that belongs to you?
I have a list.
Tell me.
So I have my dineware set, my wine glasses, all of my kitchen utensils, all of my cookware, all of my baking pans, crock pot, oven mitts.
Just a second. When did you move in with all that stuff?
When he came to get me at my sister's, his grandmother paid for a moving truck, and my sister helped us move all of my belongings from her apartment into the moving truck, which we brought to his house, which has all of these items.
Okay. Can I see that bird?
And I also have a
second.
picture, if you want the pictures.
Do you have her TV?
I do not, ma'am. I have enough TVs in my house to
Just a second.
need another.
Did she move in with the TV?
She did.
Where is it?
I put everything of hers on the front porch, and she left it there for a couple days, so.
So you don't know where it is?
I left it out there, and I told her it's her problem to get it. I didn't put it on the garbage.
Well,
or
but you
nothing.
know a TV was not noted by the police.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that? Okay. Do you have anything in your home now
I do not.
that belongs to her? Okay. Now I'm going to see the bill for the 47-inch TV. I'd like to see the paid bill for it.
I also have a picture coming up that has my placemats and a picture of him with those placemats just 2 weeks ago for the items that he says he does not have in his home.
Okay. So the television set was $479.91. What are these things?
Everything on the list is stuff I've purchased, but the ones that I highlighted are the ones that he still has in his possession.
And what's this supposed to be a picture of?
That picture matches the small photograph. The photograph has my placemats at my apartment. He has the exact same placemats in that picture at his house. It's proof that he does still have my items that he is claiming he does not have.
I don't care. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $994. We're done.
Your Honor, I still have evidence.
We're done.
What about my vehicle?
He's not paying for your vehicle because I have a police report where you say I have a dent in my car. I think Corey did it, but I have no.
say that to the police officer.
Well, that's
though.
what the police officer says. We're done. Mr. Sebold, Miss Clark is the daughter of your girlfriend,
Yes.
and she has 2 children, 2 small children.
Yes, that is correct.
There came a time when, for whatever circumstances, she came to live with you with her 2 children.
Correct.
When was that?
That was in late of 2016.
And when did she leave your residence?
That would be in October of 2017.
So she lived there for a while.
Yes.
Your complaint is twofold. You say that she's responsible for you having to break a window in your car.
Correct.
Because of something that happened with one of her children.
Correct.
And the child was in danger, so you had to break the window in order to extricate the child from the car. You're going to tell me what happened. When did that happen?
That happened in August of 2017.
No, that happened June 8th.
Is she correct?
As far as I'm aware, to my knowledge, it was in August.
Whatever it is, she lived there subsequent to either June or August for several months.
Correct.
Second part of your claim is for cost of getting a dumpster to remove some property that she left behind when she moved out. All right, why don't you tell me whether it was in August or June, why don't you tell me about the incident that occurred that required you to break your own car window?
Okay. On the dating question, basically, I was upstairs.
Not basically.
Well, upstairs, I was in my room, and then Ms. Clark comes upstairs and says, Michael, I've locked Brooklyn in the car. My response was,
just a second, I've locked
the kids in the car. And I said, okay.
Just a second. Do you remember that? No. You don't remember going upstairs to get him and saying, I've locked the kids in the car? You tell me how it happened. Because you did lock the kids in the car.
No.
Who did?
My mom.
Okay, where were you?
I was following close behind her. I was getting the
Just a
diaper.
second, so you were there?
No, I was getting the diaper bag ready.
What?
The diaper bag.
Don't move. Well, that's not what you say in your answer. You say in your answer, Michael had given the keys to the car to my mother, who went with me to the car and put my daughter in her car seat, who went with me.
I was following close behind her. I was getting the diaper bag ready. I went downstairs and my mom was banging on the car window with my daughter locked inside.
Where was Michael?
Upstairs.
Who went to get him?
My mom.
Your mother or you? And what were you doing?
I was outside in the driveway with my daughter.
Who was in the car?
Yes.
So your mother went to get Michael?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
No.
She went to get him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So as Ivory came up to tell me that the child was locked in the car, first response out of my mouth was, you need to call a locksmith. So I go downstairs. I'm getting dressed. I'm rushing down so I can go down to see what's going on. Brooklyn, who was in the back passenger seat.
How old is she?
At that time, she was probably just a little bit over a year, maybe. And she had the keys in her hand. And I'm like, Brooklyn, can you push the button? She's pushing the lock key because it simply makes the noise. Well, with my car, once you disable it, if you push the lock key too many times, you can't get in. So the locksmith showed up. So the locksmith comes in. He tries to jimmy the passenger door. He can't do it with the Slim Jim. At the same time, they're on the driver's side with me. We're trying to see if we can get inside. Tina is on the other side, on the passenger side, and she says, Michael, something's wrong. And I said, what do you mean? She says, Brooklyn just passed out. So I go to the other side. Brooklyn's passed out. She's kind of leaning to the side. My response was, I need to break my window. So I go to the garage, I grab a hammer, and I smash the hammer about 3 or 4 times into the window. I'm able to bust open the window. Once we get Brooklyn out, Tina grabs Brooklyn, takes her to the garage where there's some shade. So we're waking her up, giving her some water, making sure she's okay. Meanwhile, Miss Clark is standing in the driveway, just kind of standing there and not really doing anything. So I kind of looked at her and I said, okay, this was your fault. You handed the keys to the car to the daughter while you're putting her in the car. I said, you're going to pay for my window. And she says, okay, I understand. And I said, now when we're done, I'm going to go get some dummy keys made so we can go and make sure this doesn't happen again. After that, following day, I scheduled for a window to come in. The window repair guy had to take it to my mom's house. He brought the window, repaired it. Following day after that, I had to go and get the dummy keys made.
Do you have a bill for the window?
Yes, I do, ma'am. And I also have a picture of the damaged window if you'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it. Which window did you break?
This was the front passenger window. And I also have text messages between me and Ms. Clark about the window and her paying me.
May I see it?
Yeah. This is when she was stating after she gets her taxes.
Well, you told him you would pay for the window.
I probably did, but I don't remember.
Okay. Now let's get to the dumpster. You moved out on what date?
I don't remember.
What date did you move out?
It was in late October of 2017.
And what did you have to get a dumpster for?
Well, Ms. Clark, when she left, she ended up leaving some stuff in the room. She left some mattresses and she left all kinds of trash and junk and things inside the room. Also, when she was living with us, she ended up causing some damage to some of my furniture.
I don't want to hear about that.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about while she was living with you. So she left mattresses and some other junk.
Yes. I have pictures of the room of what
I'd
it
like
looked
to
like.
see it.
So there's tons of different items inside the room, but the reason why we had to get a dumpster was because we can't throw the mattresses in the regular trash, because where we're at, you have to have a dumpster big enough for all the mattresses to fit in there, but not go over the top.
The mattresses were not mine.
Whose are they?
His. He paid for them a long time ago.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're not yours. Did he pay for them and give them to you to use?
I was underage. They are not mine. It was not my responsibility to take them with me.
What about this? Is this your responsibility?
Yeah. I wasn't worried about cleaning up the room.
Just a second. I'm just asking you, is this your mess?
Yeah, when I left.
Okay. How much did you pay for the dumpster?
Dumpster in total was $310.
May I see the bill, please?
Yes. And then I also do have a quote for the Sidewinder keys if you want to see that.
What?
The Sidewinder keys that were needed.
No, I don't care about that. Did you use the dumpster for any of your own things?
The most that we used it for was for her.
That's not what I asked you. Did you use the dumpster for any of your own things?
The furniture that was ruined due to the time she was living there, I threw some of it in there. We haven't done everything yet because it's already getting on the way.
Just a second. Is the dumpster still there?
It hasn't been delivered. They have a specific drop date that is being delivered. We had to wait based off of their time frame. So everything was paid for. Everything's been sitting there.
Very good. So
everything's in the garage ready to
$250
go.
for the window, and you are getting rid of some of your own things in the dumpster.
It's everything
Yes,
of
I was
hers.
told that they had gotten...
Shh, don't speak. Well, you just told me that you were getting rid of some of your own things. You said some of my things, but that they damaged when they were living there.
Right, because it's no longer usable.
Those are your things that you are disposing of.
It's not by choice. That's the problem.
I don't care.
It's not by choice.
I don't care. The truth of the matter is she's living with her mother and her mother's grandchildren.
Well, technically, they're living
Just a
with
second.
me. The house
I don't
is
care.
mine.
With your consent. But
Correct.
she is living with her mother, with her grandchildren.
Correct.
With your consent if it's your house. But if she's living there for over a year, you may have had some sort of a kerfuffle in October. But if you were dissatisfied with the way she was taking care of the property while you were living there, you should have told her she had to move well before October or September or August or June. Do you understand? And if you're getting rid of the furniture now, that's your problem. Now, this is a mess. Did you clean this up?
Yes.
It's a question. So just let's be clear. Now you're going to give me easy answers that I can put in a box.
Okay.
Where did you put all the stuff?
Everything is in the garage.
All this junk is in the garage.
Except for the trash bags.
Is what you're telling me that even the stuff that was pretty disposable, you just didn't put in trash and put out?
No, everything that could be thrown away at the time was thrown away. We had other trash that was in the garage from Miss Clark when she had moved in. So all of that is combined with what was in the room and some other furniture and things that she had throughout the house.
Okay, so she's going to pay for half the dumpster. Now, what I gather from what you say to me, sir, is that nothing has been disposed of yet.
Right, because they have to drop the
Not a
dumpster.
because. What I'm gathering from what you say, nothing has been disposed of yet.
Correct.
So far, she owes you $400. That includes half the dumpster. Now, you have a counterclaim. He's not giving you any money. What property do you want back?
All of my children's things.
What?
My children's things.
What things?
A jumper, a walker, a playmat, a booster, a bumbo, the playpen.
You have all those things? I assume you haven't thrown those things away.
A lot of the things that were damaged, that were busted, we threw out.
Just a second. She just listed a whole bunch of things. Do you have any of those things? A playpen?
I don't.
A jumper?
No, we don't have a playpen. When she came back to get her stuff.
Just a second. Its stuff is here. I see it.
Can I see the photo?
It. It's a bit. Yeah, you gave it to me.
Right. When she came back, when she left in October, she came back 3 days later. And when she came back with Mr. Padilla over there. They came back, grabbed the dresser, the playpen, and a few other items that they did not take.
When they initially left.
Your Honor.
Right.
Stand up, sir. Stand up. Move over here.
Okay.
Move
All
over
right.
here. Now you're two people, two very strong people, and you came back 3 days after, or 4 days after, or 5 days after you moved out.
We did not go back. So he gave us that night to remove all of her belongings.
Just a second. So what you're telling me is you did not go back to the
No,
residence?
we were not allowed back at the residence. We were not allowed inside of the residence after we were kicked, or after she was kicked out. So that night.
Where were you staying?
Where was I staying? At my mom's house. That was where I lived with at the time.
What were you doing there?
What was I doing there that night that I went to go back to get her?
Well, but go back.
I mean, I was trying to help her out. I mean, I'm not going to let my girlfriend just be on the streets, you know? And that's what they were doing. But he gave us that.
Just a second. What is it that was left in the house that you need now? I assume you live together?
Yes.
that you need now for your children that's in the house? I'm asking, don't look at her list. I'm asking you, what is it that you need now for your children that was left in the house?
We had to go repurchase everything.
You bought whatever you needed.
Yes.
So you don't need anything that's there.
No.
Shh, good. Fine. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $400. Your counterclaim's dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, you and Ms. Page are connected because you each have a child who has the same father.
Yes.
Would that be you?
Yes.
And it is your claim that the defendant came to the house. You live together?
No. Well, as of now, yes.
As of?
Back when the case happened, yeah, we did live together.
And while you were living together, it is your claim that the defendant came over one evening, assaulted you, and vandalized your car.
Yes.
The defendant denies she was even in town on the night that she's alleging that this happened. She has a counterclaim. She says that you've been harassing her. She believes that you somehow vandalized her car with some foreign object in her gas tank. She's got a counterclaim. Okay, when did this incident happen?
On May 5th.
Of this year?
Yes.
What time?
It was about 12:30, between 12:30 a.m. and 1 a.m.
So tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor. On the night of May 5th, me and Gary were celebrating Cinco de Mayo. We had some margaritas and tacos, and then we were going to call it a night around 12:30. Gary goes to bed, and his phone just starts to ring right before I lay down. And it's an unknown call constantly coming in. So eventually I answer, and it was a...
How many times did it ring?
Probably about 5 missed calls.
Okay.
And so finally I pick up, and it's Zuri on the other line, and she's like, where's Gary? And I said,
Now, do you know her? Had you met her before?
Yes.
How many times?
We've known each other for over 3 years.
So you knew her voice, or she identified herself?
Exactly, yes.
What did she say?
She said, where's Gary? I said, he's asleep. She said, he's been at my house for 3 nights. And I said, well, that's impossible because he's been home. So she's like, well, where is he? I said, he's asleep. She said, wake him up. So then I wake Gary up, and I hand Gary the phone, and he's like, this is a joke, just hang up. So right before I hang up, she says, open the door. Right before we opened the door, it was a knock maybe 5 seconds later. So Gary runs to the door and looks in the peephole, and he can't make out who it is. She's like leaning on the door. So then I look in the peephole, and I said, Gary, this is a Zuri. And Gary's like, is it? So he looks back in the peephole, and then I yell, we didn't open the door yet. I say, Zuri, why are you at my house at 1 a.m? She's like, I need to speak to Gary. I said, okay. So then Gary's like, well, what do you want? So immediately I called the police, and I said, I need a police officer dispatched to my location. So Gary goes and opens the door, and she's extremely intoxicated. She's like, I need you to come to my truck. And Gary says, why? I'm standing behind Gary. Gary has his hands on the side of the door. I'm standing behind him, and she's like, well, I need to speak to you. I need you to come to my truck. So then Gary's like, well, what do you need? Then she calls me a drunk and just starts like talking crazy and calling me names and says I'm scary. And then we started arguing. I'm still in the back of Gary. So then she reaches under Gary and grabs my hair and pulls me into the hallway. And then that's when we start to fight. I have pictures of bruises, scratches, and everything from that night.
I'd like to see them, please. I'd also like, did the police ever respond?
Yes, they did.
I'd like to see the police report.
Okay. There's also pictures in there of the broken window as well.
I see the window. We haven't gotten to the window yet.
Okay.
Now, there are pictures here of a broken windshield.
Yes.
And the police report is clear that after the police came to discuss what happened to you, you were sort of reluctant to speak to them and a little, according to the report, a little intoxicated yourself.
Yes.
A sergeant also responded to the location, and it was the sergeant who observed the broken windshield on the car. When they identified the car as belonging to you,
Yes.
they went back upstairs to speak to you. At that time, since you believed she had broken your windshield, then you said, well, that's enough. I want to press charges. So that's how we're here.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I get from reading this report. Okay. What time had you parked your car that evening?
I would say about 6 p.m.
Now, you told me before that you and Gary were living together at the time.
Yes.
That's not what it says in here.
Yeah, Gary was living with me on and off around that time.
Well, now it is. So Gary was living with you on and off.
Yes.
Lisa, that would be you, right?
Yes.
Lisa said that Gary, her child's father, was only there to watch their child. Lisa and Gary were no longer in a dating relationship, nor was blank and blank. I assume her and somebody else said that even though that they had problems in the past, they had not seen or spoken to one another in quite some time. Lisa claimed to have no idea why the defendant and her friend arrived at the door. Now, you didn't tell me about a friend.
I was getting to that part. Gary pulls us apart. Her friend runs in out of, I guess it was someone she was riding with in the truck. She runs in and pulls me back. Gary pulls Azuri back, and they stop the fight. Azuri then snatches away from Gary and runs out the front door into the back of the parking lot. Her friend then leaves out the back door to the parking lot where they were parked at. I went back in the house right after, and that's when I would say maybe literally 2 minutes later, the police showed up. The police asked me what was going on, and I told them that it was an
I got what you wrote, what you said to them. I read the report. Okay, Miss Page. Ball's in your court.
Honestly, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay.
I was out of town that week at my mom's. I wasn't even there. I have not spoken to Gary, to her. I do not associate myself with them whatsoever. And this has been going on for 3 years. Ms. Johnson has followed me to 3 different jobs.
No. We're talking
This
about
came out of
something, Miss
nowhere.
Page, entirely different, following you 3 jobs. If your testimony is, I was out of town at my mother's house, then you have nothing to add to your testimony. Then I have to make a decision as to whether or not I believe her or believe you. Do you have any witnesses to testify that you were out of town that evening?
Yes, my fiance dropped me off to my mom's.
Great. That would be your witness. And you have a witness what happened that night?
Yes.
You have Gary.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't actually have to hear either one of them. I just have to make a judgment as to whether Miss Johnson caused little marks on her face and whether Miss Johnson took a rock or something and busted out the windshield of her own car that night and then decided to blame it on you. I have to decide whether that happened. I don't think that happened. So I'm quite sure that your fiance would say that he dropped you off at your mother's house, and I'm quite sure that Gary would say you came to the house and there was a fight. So, do you have an estimate for the windshield?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have it fixed?
No, ma'am. It's still not fixed.
Where is it?
It's at home. I've been riding with it with plastic on my window, which is, it's really hard because I have to have my son sit in that back seat.
Okay, that's $330. Now, I assume that you did not seek any sort of medical treatment that night?
No, ma'am. It was just scratches and bruises.
Well, I see the photographs, and it does look like there was quite a fight.
Yeah.
Precipitated by your arriving that night, either drunk or sober.
I was not there.
How old is your child with Gary?
Mine, she's 3.
And yours?
2.
2. You have a boy or a girl?
I have a boy.
Does Gary see your daughter often?
No, he is not allowed to. He was court ordered not to be left alone with any children. He was found unfit.
By what court?
Champaign County.
Is that correct?
That's what she say.
What does that mean?
I'm saying that's what she say. If she don't got no paperwork saying I can't be around my kids.
Are you around your son?
Yep, every day.
Well, then evidently it doesn't apply to that child.
I have no idea.
When was the last time he saw his daughter?
I actually have no idea. The only time he is allowed to see her is when my daughter is at his stepmom's house, and then he sees her over there when he goes.
So your daughter does go to his family's house?
His stepmom's, yes.
How often?
Maybe once every other week, and she'll probably keep her for a couple of days to spend time with her.
And so he is permitted to see her there?
Yes, he has to be supervised.
Okay, so he's not permitted around other children. He has supervised visitation with his daughter for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is. All kinds of reasons, both valid and stupid, for making those kinds of orders. I'm thoroughly familiar with both the valid ones and the stupid ones. And that has nothing to do with you. I'm talking about judges making orders for good reason and orders for stupid reasons. It seems to me if you're not capable of having unsupervised visitation with a 3-year-old, you shouldn't be capable of spending time every day with a 2-year-old. So clearly this had more to do with you than with a child. To me, in my head, but that's only me in my head. Anyway, you owe her $1,500. You owe her $300 to fix her car, and the rest is for coming to the house in the middle of the night and picking a fight and assaulting her.
That was not me, Your Honor.
We are done here. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Ms. Rodriguez, what I read is a complaint that suggests that you and the defendant, who were friends and perhaps in a relationship for a brief period of time, had a falling out. And during the time that you were friends, whatever relationship that was, according to your complaint, you brought a television set that was yours to the defendant's house.
Yes.
When did you do that?
That was in June of 2016. Excuse me.
Is that right?
No.
When was it?
It was June of 2015.
That sound right?
No.
Okay. To what address did you take the television set? To what address did you take the television set? You know the address.
It would have been in the Powderhorn community in Minneapolis.
My tiny house.
When did you move from there?
It was August of 2015.
Got it?
Yes.
So it was 2015 that you brought the television set to her house?
Correct.
Better. And in what month and year did you ask her for the television back?
I asked her back for the television in July of 2016.
Why was that so difficult for you to tell me?
It was a little bit of confusion.
Well, that's no confusion. If you insisted that it was June of 2016 and you asked for it back a month later, well, that sounds to me as if it was perhaps a loan for some reason, which we'll get into. If she had the television for over a year, it may suggest something else. Do you understand? So let's try to give me answers that are truthful rather than those that create a story for you.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, in what month and year did you purchase this television set?
The television set was purchased back in August of 2011.
So now the television in August of July or August of 2016 would have been 5+ years old.
Correct.
And tell me what kind of television this was.
It was a Philips Eco 32 LED.
And do you have a receipt for that television?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to take a look at it.
And then that is the credit card statement in which I purchased the TV.
No, I just want to see receipt for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you purchased this, according to this receipt, for $389, and when you brought it over to her house, it was 4 years old.
Yes.
Now, where were you living at the time?
I was living at my parents'.
And where was this television?
The television was at my home. When I was staying with them, I had purchased another TV, so it was an extra spare TV.
And your parents had their own TV?
Yes.
So this was one that you were not using?
Right. It was
one that you were not using?
Correct.
You upgraded. Now, I want you to tell me the circumstance, because now you want the TV back. I had a kerfuffle. I'm not interested in an awful lot here. This is the main thing that creates this lawsuit. So, according to you, she asked to borrow it.
Yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding her asking to borrow the TV.
The circumstances were that she could, being the friend that she was, I had...
You're making up a story now because I can tell. That's my gift.
Okay.
That's my gift. It's all going over here.
All right. She asked to borrow the TV, and which I agreed upon. When I asked for it back, though, I expected it to be returned.
Even you don't believe that. I said, what were the circumstances? You know I have friends. And sometimes if I go to their house, I'll bring a bottle of rosé. I'll bring a bundt cake. Mm-hmm. But I actually have never brought over a TV to someone's house. Now, I've upgraded televisions over a period of time. Sometimes you move and you say, well, you know, this one was fine, but I could use a bigger one. And you have all these old TVs that are worth zero.
Sure.
A 4-year-old TV that you bought 4 years ago is worth zero. If you went to sell it, you'd be able to sell it for $25, maybe at a flea market. Mm-hmm. So now, since I don't believe you, I'm going to ask her the circumstances surrounding you bringing over the television set. Got it? Well, did you ask her why she brought the TV?
She said because we didn't have like an adequate Netflix or we couldn't watch things together, so she brought over an entire TV.
What kind of TV did you have in your house?
I think I had like a computer screen monitor. It was maybe smaller than the one in the corner there.
And when she came over for the next year, did you watch TV on this TV?
Yeah, she was at my house several times. She had my spare key. She used the TV at my house as well.
I never had a spare key to your house.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Never.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Never do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Is TV still working?
It was the last time I saw it.
Where is the TV now?
She introduced me to my last boyfriend, and it was a very abusive relationship. He tried to kill me, so I just left everything in the home. I don't know what happened after that.
And when did that happen?
That was March of 2016.
And after March of 2016, you had no contact with this television, with this 32-inch television.
Exactly.
When was the argument you had with the plaintiff?
June of 2016.
June, after that. So I assume that you were still friends before that.
We were still friends on the basis of people knew our relationship together, and they came to me every time she was in an alcoholic binge or...
I just wanted, did you have contact with her?
Yes.
You did. Were you aware that she had been in a relationship with someone that terminated? Just look at me. Don't think of how this is going to help your story.
Can you repeat the
Just,
question, please?
Want me to repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can process it.
Yes. No.
Were you aware that she had been in a relationship with a man that terminated?
Yes, I had introduced them to each other.
So you were aware that in March of 2016 she left that relationship?
It was actually February.
Before?
Yes.
Great. And did you know where she went to live?
She didn't go anywhere. She actually still lived in that apartment. When the case happened with them, restraining order was put against him, so all of his belongings were still in the home that they lived in on University, the home that I actually continuously went to, and my TV was still there.
She says she hasn't seen the TV since March of 2016. Is that right?
I moved out of the house in August, but I feel like all of his stuff has started, like he had a police escort come and start taking his things around June. I feel like it might have been May, actually.
Okay. You don't have the TV anymore.
No.
And the TV has no value. So I actually don't believe you that this was a loansy. I think that you got a new TV. This TV was valueless. Even if it had a value, today's value, maybe today's value a year later, maybe somebody would buy it at a garage sale for $25. I'm not awarding you anything. Okay, let's go to the next item of business. The next item of business is a cell phone. Now, I want you to be careful, Miss Rodriguez, because so far I didn't believe the first story you told me. So that makes your testimony suspect. You want to tell me the day and date first that your cell phone got broken.
It was October 6th.
October 6th, what year?
2016.
Where?
It was at her apartment. Her different apartment. She had moved to Powderhorn.
Now I'm going to ask you a really important question, Ms. Rodriguez. Easy enough to verify. In October of 2016, when you were in the defendant's house, did you see your TV?
No.
Right. Perfect.
No.
Perfect. You want to tell me what you were doing at her house on October 6th?
I had went to peacefully try to resolve and getting my television back. My sister had gone off to college, and I had wanted to give her that TV to use during college.
Okay, but you didn't see the TV there.
I didn't see it there. I
Right.
tried to peacefully resolve.
Oh, how do you want to peacefully resolve it? How do you peacefully resolve it? You know I'm not believing you, right?
Correct.
You know I'm not believing you.
Sure.
Okay. So you got to the house. When immediately preceding October 6th, had you gone to the defendant's house before?
No.
No. You mean October 6th was the first day you were ever at her new apartment?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. How did you get her address?
A mutual friend of ours had provided it.
Okay.
You
now,
stalked me.
Now, let me go back a second to this other nonsense that you're suing her for, which is gas money.
Sure.
Okay. Now, tell me when you believe she owes you money for what trip? When did you go on a trip that she owes you gas money for?
We had went to it.
Day and date.
We had went on a trip in June of 2016 to a festival in Michigan.
June 2016. Okay. And who drove?
I did.
So you picked her up?
Yes.
Did she go into the house?
No.
Let's get back to the phone. October 6, 2016, you went to her house to, according to you, resolve the issue of the TV, which you didn't see in the house. And?
It went very, very badly.
Well, no, I want you to tell me what happened. You went in there and you said to her, she said to you, did you call first before you went over?
No.
So you went over unannounced. What time?
It would have been at 4 p.m.
It was later than that.
What time?
I think it was like 5:36. I was just getting off of work.
Okay, keep going.
So I had gone in, she had let me into the apartment, in which a fight escalated. She had...
No, I want you to tell me what you said to her and what she said to you. She was coming home from work.
I said once again from the text messages that I sent her, it had been a really long time. All I would like is for my TV back. I would like to be done with this friendship and to call it quits after that. She didn't like that fact, so then it escalated into a scuffling match where she actually physically dragged me out of the apartment.
Are you telling me that at that time she didn't say to you, I don't have your TV?
Yes, that's what she told me. I didn't see it in her apartment.
And you said to her, just a second, don't make it up. She said to you, I don't have your TV. Look around my apartment. I don't have your TV anymore. And what did you say to her?
It just basically, I just started announcing that I was really upset with the fact of that she would be this spiteful towards me when I was being nothing but helpful.
What were you being helpful about?
Helpful by letting her use my TV, transporting
you gave her the TV. You gave her the TV a year before. You changed your mind.
I didn't give her the TV.
Okay. Yes, you did.
No, I
okay,
didn't.
so you come in, you see there's no TV. She says, I don't have your TV anymore. What else were you fighting about, Miss Rodriguez?
It was just that specifically, how spiteful that she was in this entire relationship. Friendship.
Relationship.
Oh, heck.
Don't.
I don't swing that way.
Don't speak to
Not my
each other.
type.
Just a second. Don't.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I had recited that she had been very spiteful.
I heard she had been very spiteful. Okay, and she told you to get out. I don't have your TV.
And then it started turning into a shoving match.
Well, how did that come about? She told you, get out. I don't have your TV. You had to leave.
She kept throwing a lot of slurs at me. She kept pushing me and shoving me, and then eventually it just got into a scuffling match where she basically dragged me outside. She went back into the apartment, came out with my phone, threw it, hit the pavement, shut the door.
Did she tell you to leave her home?
No.
You mean she was pushing you out the door, not telling you to get out?
No.
Ms. Rodriguez? I don't believe you. I don't think I'm ever going to figure out exactly what this case is about, and quite frankly, I don't care. I'm not wasting another second worth of time over a 5-year-old television set that you gave her as a gift. We're done. Your case is dismissed. What's your last name?
Derek Hanley.
That's your mother?
Yes.
And who is the gentleman with her?
Stepfather.
Okay. Are you part of this action?
Yes.
Great. And this is your girlfriend?
Right.
You have a child together?
Yes.
Who's 5 years old?
Yes.
What were you doing living with your mother and your stepfather?
Well, what happened was they had
Just listen to me.
Oh, okay, sure.
No. You're going to tell him. There's only one attitude here. That's mine. You're going to tell me why you and your girlfriend, with a 5-year-old child, were living with your mother and stepfather when you went to live there, month and year. You're going to tell me that.
Okay. It was probably about 10 years ago, I would say.
10 years ago.
No, this recently.
Try not to speak to each other. You've been living with your mother and your stepfather for 10 years.
No, it started off 10 years ago.
What started off?
Where I was living with them at a duplex house.
How long have you two been together? How long have you been living with your mother and your stepfather in the current residence before you got evicted?
We didn't get evicted, but...
Just a shh. Did you just say to me we didn't get evicted?
Right.
Okay, good. So we didn't get evicted. You left on your own?
No.
How did you leave?
There was a false restraining order on us.
So you left because your mother and your stepfather got a restraining order against you?
A false restraining order, yes.
Okay. Now, when you were living with them, how much rent were you paying?
We started off probably...
No, not started.
Okay.
At the time that they got this restraining order and you were tossed out of the house, how long had you been living with them in the current residence?
Probably only 4 months.
Did you move there from the duplex?
Nope, from another place where we had our own.
So you had your own place?
Couple times.
So after the duplex, you were on your own for a while?
Right.
You, your girlfriend, and your daughter?
Right.
And then 4 months ago, you moved in with your mother and your stepfather?
Right.
Now we're going to go back to the original question, why? It had to be for your economics.
Right.
Okay, because you needed a place to stay and you couldn't afford it.
No.
Well, otherwise, people usually don't go home to their mothers and stepfathers
Right.
if they can afford their own place. You know, it's like the migratory pattern of Jews. They go from New York to Florida. They never go back. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. So you don't go home to live. Is there something wrong with you? You don't go home to live with your mom unless you have to because of economics. So you were living on your own, the two of you, with your daughter, where?
In another town, a couple towns over. But
In
it
an
was
apartment?
Just no, it was just a small bedroom.
So you were renting a room?
Right.
Were you working?
Yes.
Was your girlfriend working?
Yes.
So why did you move with your mother and stepfather?
Well, she has a 3rd floor that's completely redone. It's got 15-foot ceilings. There's a bathroom. My daughter has her own bedroom. It's really nice. It was empty. It's been empty for the whole time we weren't there. She said, come back there. You know,
She said come back.
Yes.
Because it was much nicer than
It
where
was
you
much
were
nicer,
living.
right, yeah.
Okay, so she was nice to you. She said come back.
Right.
Move in with us.
Right.
Okay. And you did. So you were renting a room. So you took whatever you were living in the room.
Right.
And you moved into the 3rd floor in your mom's house.
Right.
And I'm waiting.
And what had happened was we had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Just a second. But you went back to try it again because you needed it, because you were living in one room with your daughter.
You could say
And-
that, right, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Not I could say that. That's what you're going to say. It didn't work out before living with your mother and stepfather, so you moved out.
Right.
But things got a little cramped. You were trying to move back, and your daughter is 5. She was going to a school.
Right.
And it was a better school where your mom lives. That's what you said in your
Yeah,
papers.
sure.
Right? That's what you.
Right.
I remember reading about it.
Okay.
So now you moved in, and 4 months later, she had to get a restraining order against you, or at least asked for one, because she wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead. Okay? Tell me what happened.
What had happened was I had just got home from work a week prior. We had called the cops on them, actually.
So you called the police on your mother and stepfather.
Right.
Now, you're living in the house, not paying any rent.
No, I was paying rent.
How much?
I was paying $100 a week.
And you were up to date on your rent?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what you wrote in your complaint. She also wanted us to save our money so we could find a place near them. She told us to pay $100 per month and we could stay for 1 year. We agreed and moved in. She took our door off the hinges because she tried to collect $100 weekly instead of monthly. You just told me that the rent was $100 a week.
That's what yeah.
But not in your complaint. In your complaint, you said it was $100 a month.
There was supposed to be no rent. She told me that we could save money completely when we were going to move there.
Would you show him this, please, Officer Bird? That's your signature.
Okay.
That's the girlfriend's signature.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yes.
So you came home from work and she told you she wanted the $100 a week instead of maybe $100 a month that you were giving them. And what happened?
Well, the week before, I said we had called the cops.
On them.
On them, right.
Because?
Because she was just coming up there harassing us.
Harassing you for what?
She just was.
Did she ask you for money?
No, she was just harassing us to do errands and stuff, as well as money, yes, as well as money, just a bunch of stuff. We just didn't want to be bothered. She was coming right up there, you know. She left us notes as well. We have them here while we were staying there. Just crazy notes. It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor. I know.
You're not stuck there like glue.
Right, exactly.
No, you weren't paying
we
the
were
rent.
only there 4 months.
You weren't paying the rent you were supposed to pay. According to you, you were supposed to, according to what you just told me now twice, because I asked you twice.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay $100 a week, and here you said $100 a month. She came upstairs, she was harassing you. One of the things she was harassing you about was rent and money. Okay, so you called the police on your mother.
Right.
And then?
And then they came and said, you have to go through the eviction order if you want them out.
And then?
They said, leave us alone. Then I went to work the next week, 5 o'clock at night. I came home. We're upstairs, minding our own business. A knock on the door. I was like, what's going on? So I went down. It was a marshal saying she had to leave right this instant. 2 days later, I get served saying that I hit her. I never touched her.
Good.
Ever.
Now, where
Yeah.
are you living?
We're living at a studio place.
Nice. Away from your mother.
Away from her, exactly.
Away from your mother. Very good. If you don't like living with your mother, move out. How old are you?
Exactly.
How old are you?
37.
37. Time to be on your own.
Right.
With your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
It takes you a long time to make up your mind. What stuff do you claim your mother kept from you? Because if the marshal came, the marshal allowed you to take stuff with you, and you were only coming from a room. Do you remember you told me that? So now I'd like you to tell me what stuff that your mother disposed of or kept from you.
It was a room with an attic where I had a lot of stuff. But I have pictures here.
When the marshal told your girlfriend to leave, did she leave?
Yeah, she had no choice.
Did she take your daughter with her?
Yes.
Where did she go?
We had to go to a hotel.
And did you, after that date, do you remember what that date was?
I believe it was around,
5/16.
5/16.
After May 16th, pay careful attention, did you ever go back to your mother's house to get any of your property?
I went back once.
On what date?
Probably a week later.
23rd.
23rd.
And who did you go back with?
By myself, I called the police and they gave me
An escort.
an escort. Yes.
An escort. So you went back by yourself in your car
Yes.
and you took property from there.
What I could take in a little car. Yeah.
We're talking about on the 23rd, Mr. Handley. You were there with a police escort. Did anybody prevent you with the police escort? Because I call the police
Sure,
and find
sure.
out. Did either your mother or your stepfather prevent you from taking anything else that belonged to you on the 23rd?
No, they didn't prevent me, but I noticed some stuff was missing.
The case is dismissed. We're done.